Good evening, Hawk fans. Welcome to R.E. St. John Memorial Stadium here in Kilgore, Texas, as your Pleasant Grove Hawks have made the little over 80-mile journey south down to take on the Kilgore Bulldogs. The 4A Division I Bulldogs just celebrated their 2004 state championship team. And, Jay, we were talking about that. We got one of those coming up here in just a couple of years, celebration for a couple of teams, maybe a few more years before we get to 20 years, but always just a cool thing where you got some of those guys coming out, some of them fellas that look like me and you out there reminiscing about some high school days.
Yeah, some of them that were linemen don't look like linemen, and then some of those that weren't linemen look like linemen now.
So, I mean, we all meet in the middle somewhere, and then the hair gets either gets gray or gets lost, and so that's what that was. But your Pleasant Grove Hawks coming in 2-1, a big win last week at home on homecoming, not Thanksgiving. We got to talking about getting bigger, Jay, and I got to thinking about groceries. Homecoming last week, a big win over Dangerfield. Now we make our way down in what is probably going to be the toughest test so far for this Pleasant Grove team. We're coming in with just under 1,000 yards of total offense on the season. Most of those rushing 140 passing yards. A lot of that happened last week. As we started putting in this new offense, and Jay, interested to see tonight how this offense has matured now that we're, a week and a half into this experiment.
Yeah, some of the expectations I have tonight, just offensive line consistency. Just need to provide some solid protection for the quarterbacks and open up those running lanes for the backs. And I think consistent blocking is going to be the key to just establishing some early rhythm for the offense, just so that they can avoid those negative plays. And then one thing that we got a little bit better with last week, but just something we need to continue to work on, is just ball security, protecting that ball, minimizing turnovers. And the one key that I'm hopeful for tonight is just injury prevention for the Hawks. We've got both quarterbacks coming in a little bit dinged up. I believe we've got some high ankle sprains. Spoke with Jarrett before the game, and he said he's ready to go. Just probably going to have a little more tape than he's used to, just so that he can stay as mobile as possible. And, we know that we're going to have that defensive intensity. They've been the backbone of the team so far. And, just to see their continued dominant play to keep the game close. And because, you expect the defense to create some pressure and force some turnovers and, hopefully limit Kilgore's scoring opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. That front defensive line of the Hawks will probably be the biggest challenge that Kilgore has faced so far this year as far as that unit. What I do think we're going to see on defense tonight, and something where I think we're going to see maybe a test that we haven't seen before, is that Hawks secondary lining up against some of these Kilgore receivers. And so I'm really interested to see how that goes. I was talking to Coach Darby throughout the week as they get ready. Of course, last week gave up the first touchdown of the season, and I know they would like to keep that streak going and keep it down. I told him, I said, hey, you kept them to 6 last week. If you'll do that again this week, I'll buy you a steak dinner. And so he's challenged his guys, and that's what we expect to see them as they try to push. These pre-district games, we've got this one, then Sunnyvale will be at home next week. These are the times when you find out about your team, you figure out what's going to work, you start to test those things out week by week to prepare you for district. And so Pleasant Grove has never backed down from a tough pre-district schedule. This year is no different, and so this Kilgore team tonight is going to be a big test. But something that I think we're going to show up. I don't think our guys are going to cow down from it, and I certainly don't think that you're going to see any quit out there in this Hawk team.
Yeah, and by far they're going to be facing the best quarterback that they've seen so far in Kason Brooks, number 2 junior. Has 565 yards passing with 6 TDs, but he has thrown 3 interceptions. So that is something that possibly could come into play tonight. But Jaden Sanders, his key wide receiver, has 280 yards receiving with 2 of those TDs. And then he's got another one with more than 100 yards in Lakeland Graves, number 4, who's a junior. And then someone who's been kept a little quiet for Kilgore, but I expect to probably see him with a little more action tonight in that Z receiver spot, is Javon Towns, who does have a tight end, but he's a senior, so look for him to make a little splash tonight as well.
So each team has made their way out here onto the field. You can see the Hawks in the visiting gold jerseys, black pants with the black lids, and now actually we're just now getting ready for Kilgore to make their way out here. Jay, again, I want to see, and kind of you talked about it there, that offensive front for the Hawks, you switch schemes up. You go from a very run-heavy, wishbone-type offense, and now you're back into the spread. And so those guys up front are going to have to make those adjustments. And really, I would like to see the maturation of that group, all new out there this year. And that's where I think, kind of the key for tonight's going to be some sort of large.
Well, and you're going to have, the success of the passing game tonight's going to depend a lot on, Nick Bells, Brody Watts, the rest of the running back crew that's back there. And, I do think that's going to open up that passing game a little bit. I am excited to see we are going to have a new number running out there for the Hawks, and that is going to be Camden Harris. He's going to be playing a little wide receiver. He's got some hands, and so if the line can give either Jarrett or Walker Wright some time, he may be a fun target to watch start high pointing some of those balls out there.
Yeah, the coaches have been excited about him. I think they call him Bam, but Camden Harris, and excited to see what he can do out there on the field. Getting ready for the coin toss. It seemed like they're running just a couple minutes starting on this entire evening. The whole Kilgore crew down there getting ready. This Kilgore team, of course, got a big win to start the season. They traveled over to Carthage and got a win over the Bulldogs over there in week 1, but then they took it on the chin last week. And so let's see what they can do. It's supposed to be 3 minutes from kickoff here. I'm not sure we're going to get there with the.
Was it last week or week 2 that they got?
Week 2 that they got.
Because last week they barely beat White House, 24-22, and so both teams coming in off of wins. Similar records at 2-1. You've got Pleasant Grove, averaging right at 25 points per game and giving up 5.33, and Kilgore scoring right at 23 points and giving up 15. But I don't think any stats are going to be very important tonight.
No, at this point it's just what you can do. Now we're going to take it to the national anthem. All right, the national anthem there, courtesy of the Kilgore Band. Now we head out to the middle of the field for the coin toss. Number 2, Kason Brooks. One of the captains here for Kilgore, also McKeelan Graves, receiver. Number 4, number 7, Jacqueline Sheffield, another receiver. Plays safety. And number 3, Jaden Sanders, cornerback and wide receiver. For the Hawks, number 17, Kenmarion Jones. Number 15, Jalen Foster. Number 5, Lance Jackson. And number 23, Brody Watts, the captains, making their way out there on the field.
Number 3, Jaden Sanders. Number 4, Keelan Graves. And number 7,
I had an opportunity to walk the field before the game, and I recall the same thing that I remembered or went through last time. This field gets hot.
Yes, we were here for a scrimmage, a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Hot. Yeah, this field is hot. We are in a booth up here on the second floor of the press box, roughly the size of a deer blind, Jay. They're trying to get us ready for hunting season, except it is approximately 174 degrees in here. So we'll be relying on some camera shots tonight to be able to see and then go in there. They do have a member, I think that's probably the coach of the 2014. That was the official tosser of the coin tonight. They celebrated all those guys. Well, the Hawks have won the toss. We have elected to receive. Pleasant Grove will be going from our left to right to get this thing cranked up here. Last night, in sub-varsity games, middle school came down here. 7th grade won 27-0. 8th grade won 35-0. The freshman team won at home last night, and then the JV team came up a touchdown shy at home, and so Hawks did a good job on Thursday night football. If you're watching us on Facebook and trying to get YouTube to work, make sure you are on the right feed. You may, if you tried to start it earlier, you may have the Paris game going. That's going to be deja vu all over again. We are live on both Facebook and YouTube, so do make sure that you are on the right stream here on Texarkana Game Day. Of course, Texarkana and Longview Game Day bringing you a slate of games all across Northeast Texas this evening, with all of our team members spread out everywhere to help bring you high school football.
And even in the state to the northeast of us.
Yeah,
we got a stream coming out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. Yeah. Probably the only good football teams playing this weekend's playing tonight.
Easy. So the Hawks will start and get the ball. Jamarian Richardson and Roland Ritchie, the two men back deep for the Hawks. Second level. Got Jackson, Brody Watts, and Jaden Scales. So we'll see where this kick goes. High end over end kick. Jamarian Richardson, J-Rich, backs all the way up to the 1 yard line, looking for a return around the right side. He'll get it up across the 20 to maybe the 21 yard line before he's brought down by number 11 for the Wildcats.
Well, here's the first test of this offense, just to see what type of consistency they can get going early. And you just wonder, are we going to come out with a big play or just try to get conservative, get things going?
So 1st and 10 from the 20. Halter leads the Hawks out onto the field. 2 receivers to the right side. The man by himself to the left is Spencer Browning. Moves the back over to his left. That's Nick Bells. Bells gets the carry on 1st down. Gets it into the 2nd level. Nick Bells brought down by number 3, Jaden Sanders. Good little run by Nick Bells, just kind of weaving himself through the tackles there. Picks up 8 yards on 1st down. Maybe 7. 8, 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, Lance Jackson able to increase that hole so that he'd get to the second line of Kilgore. A pretty good gain off 1st down here for Pleasant Grove. Coach Fuller stepping out onto the field, letting his defense know what he expects.
Hawks look over to the sideline, get the call. Now they break the huddle. Same formation, the 2 men out wide on the right side. Roland Ritchie. This play broken up immediately.
Yeah, Jarrett Halter with the keeper the whole way, but Cameron Christian blows through the line and loss of yard there, maybe 2. Wrangled him by the neck.
Moves the Hawks back to the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4. And, yeah, Halter's going, hey, man. We ought to be able to get a good sound from both bands tonight. Both bands are opposite of us. And so we'll hear some good music throughout this one. Camden Harris, we talked about in the pregame. He is wide to the right for the Hawks. Single back formation still. Nick Bell's lined up to the right of Halter. Halter wants to throw, looks to his right. Firing toward the sideline. He's trying to connect with Roland Ritchie. Ritchie and Javon Towns kind of jostling back and forth between each other. I'm not sure he ever got his eyes on the ball until it was over his head. Ritchie wasn't in bad position. He just never got himself under the ball. To bring up 4th and 4, and the Hawks will send in the punt team, handling the punting duties, Landon West, senior halfback linebacker.
You got Javen Towns for Lyndon Kildare and Ja'Cory Walton, both deep.
Bulldogs get a man close. This one's going to be fielded at the 41-yard line by Towns, and Towns trying to come left. He's got a good return on. Breaks a couple of tackles, and he'll be down inside the 25-yard line, and Kilgore will have good field position to start their first offensive drive all the way down to the Hawk 21-yard line, set up on a good returns by the senior Towns.
Yeah, he was just outside of the grasp of Eli Haltom, who was down there on coverage, and did a good job being able to read the Hawks coming down the field and how much more time he had before the ball was going to hit his hands. And a good field position here for the Bulldogs.
So the Hawk defense with an early test here. Kason Brooks and company set up shop on the Pleasant Grove 22-yard line. Two receivers split to each side. The single back is Isaiah Waters. Throw it out. Little wide receiver screen set up to LaKeelan Graves. Graves gets outside down the sideline. He'll have enough for the first down and a couple of more. He gets down to the 9. It'll be first down and goal. Buck Anderson coming across from the linebacker position for the stop.
Yeah, Graves already with 124 yards receiving and 1 TD for the season.
First and goal now from the Hawk 9. Two receivers out to the left side. One on the right side, a tight end on that side as well in the formation. This one a pass to the left, and that time Jaden Sanders and Brooks just weren't on the same page. I think he thought Sanders was going to run a hitch, and Sanders was running toward the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. It'll be second down and goal.
Yeah, Kason was able to get that ball out there quick, but just a little mistiming there with his receiver.
Second and goal now for the Bulldogs. Twin backs lined up to either side of Brooks. Fakes the handoff. Again, a throw to Towns. Towns, just a well-designed wide receiver screenplay. Towns bounces it outside. It's the cornerback and safety caught up against each other, and Towns, who had a beautiful punt return to set up that drive, to punch it in. You know, he probably appreciates that since he set it up on the return. There's a penalty, though. It'll be a personal foul roughing the passer against the Hawks. That one's going to be measured off on the kickoff, and so a little insult to injury there. And now we wait on the extra point, number 14 for the Bulldogs, doing the kicking duties. Kick is up, and it is good.
Yeah, Eddie Jimenez there with the kick for the Bulldogs, and that is now going to be Kilgore's 7th passing TD for the season.
9:39 remaining in the first. Kilgore 7, PG 0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here, and we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
All right, welcome back here to Kilgore as the Bulldogs lead the Hawks 7-0 with 9:38 remaining in the first quarter. There was a penalty against the Hawks on that touchdown pass, and so Kilgore will kick off from the 45. Now, Coach Gibson always going to kick an onside kick in this situation.
And Fuller
Got
worked for
Fuller.
Coach Gibson.
Came out of the system.
And 82 was looking across at Jay Selrod as he was putting the ball down. So
this is Eddie Jimenez with the ball teed up. He is a junior, and it is a onside kick. Bounces in the air, but good job by Marcus Floyd, a sophomore for the Hawks, to jump up and high point that thing and pull it down. Not sure if Floyd's on the basketball team, but Coach Collins may want to track him down because that young man has some get up.
yeah, his vertical was definitely a little bit higher than mine.
Well, you know.
Just say it.
Just saying. So the Hawks will have it first down and 10 at the 30-yard line. We went 3 and out on the first drive. So we can get started here on offensive possession number 2. Nick Bell's still the tailback. He's lined up to the right of Halter. Bells gets the handoff. Nick Bells breaks it into the second level. He'll have enough for the first down. He gets it all the way up to the 44-yard line. And, boy, Nick had a quick burst of speed through the line. As soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, he got back there to that second level in a hurry.
Yeah, Jacqueline Sheffield had to come up from that safety position and make that stop for the Bulldogs, but not before Pleasant Grove able to move the chains. So some early success in this series.
First and 10 for the Hawks now from the 44 as they look over to the sideline to get the call. 2 receivers out on the right side, 1 to the left as the clock rolls inside of 9 minutes now remaining in the first quarter. And Halter gets the snap. Looks like somebody moved a little bit early. Nick Bell's going to be bottled up immediately, and I'm not really sure if that thing wasn't a little bit discombobulated from the beginning. Bells is going to lose 2 yards on the play to be second down and 12.
Yeah, Bulldogs had a little pressure on that play coming in because Jacqueline Sheffield was there to help make that stop.
It just looked like everybody started at a couple little offset seconds there for the Hawks. 2 on the right side, 1 left, and now they're going to move Landon West in motion from right to left. The fullback. Halter rolls to his right, being pursued by several Bulldogs, and he is not going to be able to get away from him. Hawks trying to get a pass set up. It looked like they were trying to get it down the field to Bam, but Halter had 3 red jerseys in his face by the time he made the turn to pass.
Yeah, 66 there, first Bulldog there. Already has 2 sacks for the season and just added at least half of one.
Jackson Phillips.
Brings up third down and 24.
That'll be 3rd and 24 for the Hawks back at the 30-yard line. So a quick first down from Nick Bells and then a couple of negative plays here. 2 receivers right side, 1 left. Handoff now to Jay Ridge to Marion Richardson. Gets it back across the original line of scrimmage up to the 45-yard line. Be 4th down and 9, and the Hawks sending in the punt team once again. See if we can get down in coverage better this time. If it was a little closer 4th down, I think we may be in 4-down territory here, but I think on 4th and 9 from your own 45, see what we can do to maybe try to pin the Bulldogs back. Javon Towns is back deep once again. High end over end kick. Towns this time calls for a fair catch, and so the Bulldogs will start now from their own 22-yard line. They flip the field from where they were last time. 6:40 remaining in the opening quarter here. Hawks trailing it 7-0, and the Bulldogs are back on offense.
Ball will be spotted at the Kilgore 22-yard line. First down, Kilgore.
The temperature's sitting at about 85 degrees, but it's probably about 90 to 95 down there on the field. So you got to think that both teams are going to be drinking plenty of water to keep their players from cramping up in the second half.
Sure, certainly holds some heat in it for sure. Bulldogs now come out in a pro set, 2 to the left side, 1 on the right side. Brooks wants everybody in tight. Hands the ball off to the tailback. This is number 8, Rayshun Williams. Is a sophomore running back. He's going to pick up 11 yards on first down, up across the 30, out to the 33. That'll be enough to move the sticks. He has 163 yards on the season already, 1 touchdown. He picks up another 11 here.
Yeah, that was a tackle by committee, but I believe that was Solomon there, number 3, first on the spot.
Across the front, the Hawks have B.J. Rochelle, DeCorey Cranford, and Lance Jackson. 3 guys down in the formation. Hand the ball off to the tailback once again. And Williams, a little off tackle to the right.
Rayshun Williams carry once again.
Picks up 9 yards on the play this time. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Up across the 40 to the 42, Jace Elrod comes in to make the stop.
Yeah, Kilgore doing a good job advancing the ball tonight. Really haven't seen any negative plays thus far.
Talk about number 21 for them is their tight end. He's just sort of lead blocking. This time the Hawks get back there, and that is Lance Jackson, and he wraps up the ball carrier Williams in a hurry. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play back to the 40, and Lance Jackson got back in the middle of a handoff on that one.
Yeah, Cameron Christian was asked to take him one-on-one on that play, and he was motioning to the coaches on the sideline. He went around me. He went around me.
Yeah.
We all saw that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mismatch at time, one-on-one. 2 to the right side, 1 on the left side now. Twin backs here on 3rd down. Brooks wants to throw, steps up into the pocket. He's going to have some room to run. He just slides down. Picks up enough for the first down. Jalen Foster and Jaden Scales had him lined up in their sights, and Brooks slides down. Picks up a first down. It'll be first down for the Bulldogs at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, pressure was coming from the outside, but just very, very wise there to tuck that ball and find that crease for that first down, and wisely gets down to play another down.
Split the formation with 2 receivers to each side. We're going to send the tailback out. This time it's tipped in the air, incomplete. And I'll tell you, Jalen Foster got a hand on it, and man, that thing was in the air for quite some time. I thought he may have a chance to get back at it. Bounces on the ground, so it'll be incomplete. Probably caused a little bit of a pucker factor over on the sideline for the guys in red.
Yeah, Jalen Foster definitely recognized something in that formation and was quick to get upfield and get those hands up.
I think they may have been trying to set up this little tunnel screen. Everybody in tight on the formation now, and they hand the ball off to Williams once again. He cuts to the right and then runs up the hash. And he's going to be shy of the first down. There are a couple of flags that come flying in. It's in the area of where a hold normally happens in a play. We'll see what the call is.
And I think they may have got away with the one early. Had a Hawk coming in through pretty quick and was not able to continue on because grabbed the jersey.
So it is a hold called against the receiver, Javon Town, so they'll mark it off 10 yards from there. And it'll back them up to the 35-yard line. It'll still be 2nd down. It'll make it 2nd down and 20 for the Bulldogs.
This is definitely something that the Bulldogs have not had tonight, and that's behind the chains. So just see what type of adversity in the aspect of a penalty is for these Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was pretty good form on that throw from the referee, too. He got that hanky on out there. The incomplete pass, they're trying to get a wide receiver screen set up again to Takarian White. He's just unable to see that ball all the way in, and it's incomplete.
I think Jace Elrod probably took a nice approach there. Could have probably knocked his head off, but just took it a little easy on him there. But
didn't get there early, and maybe just tapped him and said, "Hey, could have if I wanted to."
Yep.
3:56. The clock stopped here in the first quarter on the incomplete pass. 3rd down and 20 now for Kilgore. Williams, the tailback in the backfield with Brooks. Brooks wants to throw. Little quick pass. Complete to Jaden Sanders. Sanders runs into the middle of the Hawk formation. Gets it up to midfield. They'll be 5 yards shy here. It's 4th down and 5, and the Bulldogs are going to send in the punt team. And I'm on special teams for the Hawks. I may be a little bit wary in this position here. 82 is the punter for the Bulldogs. James Solomon, the man back deep for the Hawks. High end over end kick.
Shank to the left.
And it is going to bounce out right at the 20. Thing died when it hit the ground, went out of bounds at the 20. So the Hawks will have it 1st and 10. Their own 20-yard line. So the defense does a good job to stall that Kilgore drive in the middle of the field, and the offense will make their way back out here for another shot at it here. This will be the 3rd offensive possession for the Hawks. They got a 1st down going on the last one. A couple of negative plays got us behind the sticks there and forced the punt. 3:11 now in the opening quarter. Jared Halter out on the field, 2 receivers to the right side, 1 man by himself to the left. It's Spencer Browning. Lifted himself halfway between the hashes and the numbers. Nick Bell's back in at tailback. He's going to get the call here on 1st down. Bells. Boy, that one looked like he had some room to bounce it out to the outside. He cut it back inside between the tackles and was met in the hole by one of the defenders. I'd like to maybe see that one from the end zone cam, Jay. It looked like maybe there was some space to go there on the wide side of the field. 2nd down and 5, though, for the Hawks. A little 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, number 61 was there to fill up the hole that Nick did see just for a short while. Romulo Castro Jr. had a couple of safeties and linebackers join him to keep Nick Bells from pushing Castro any further than he did.
2nd down and 5. Halter gets the snap, wants to throw. Trying to connect with Spencer Browning. Browning under it. It's caught at the 45. Spencer Browning at the 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Hawks, Spencer Browning.
Yeah, there's not a lot of players on the field that are going to catch Spencer Browning, and Dre Sanders now knows that. And that's something that's been missing from the first few games, Pleasant Grove. Jarrett Halter getting some time.
Yep.
And Spencer Browning doing a phenomenal job getting his head around, because that ball was in flight at about 15 yards, and Spencer Browning able to run underneath that. And that's what we saw a lot of back in 17 and 19 when Pleasant Grove had a lot of success.
Kick is up. It is good. 2:14 now. Remaining in the first quarter. We've got this thing tied at 7. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Tired of the annual hassle of hanging holiday lights? Or the recurring cost of paying someone else to do it? Forget those struggles and invest in the convenience and year-round beauty of Gemstone Lights. Permanent architectural and holiday lighting that you control. With Gemstone Lights, access over 1,000 pre-built patterns for festivities throughout the year. Easily alter them through our user-friendly app. When not in season, Gemstone Lights serve as stunning permanent architectural lighting, bringing a continual majestic touch to your home. Experience the magic of Gemstone Lights today. Available through Livewire Electrical Services, Texarkana's authorized Gemstone Lights dealer.
Welcome back, Hawk fans. We are knotted at 7 here in Kilgore, waiting on the James Solomon kickoff. After the Jarrett Halter and Spencer Browning connection ties this ball game. This one sends the return man for the Bulldogs back to the 10. He gets it up across the 20 to the 23. That's Jaden Sanders. And so Kilgore will start this offensive drive in a very similar location to where they began the last one.
You know, when you have a kick like that, you really, really ask your coverage team to stay in their lanes, and Kedron Smith did a great job staying in his lane there and made a very good open field tackle there to keep that to the 22-yard line for the Bulldogs to start this series.
Kedron, a freshman who has made his presence known on this Hawk team all season long, has 9 solo tackles, 12 total. 6.5 of those are for loss and has 1.5 sacks on the season. Freshman out there doing some big things on this Hawk defense. Bulldogs now back on the field. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 on the right side, 1 back to either side of Kason Brooks back in the formation. Brooks gets the snap, hands the ball off once again to Rayshun Williams. He tries to go to the middle and bounce it back outside, and he's met at the corner by James Solomon, and then several Hawks get in on the party from there. Maybe a half-yard pickup on the play for Williams. It'll be second down now for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Foster actually got back there quick on the edge, but just was not able to grasp him for a tackle for loss. But good stop by the rest of the Hawks, keeping the Bulldogs to a very short gain on the first down.
Clock rolling now inside of a minute 40 here in the first quarter. 2 to the right, 1 left. Send the tailback out, a little quick pass, and boy, I tell you, that time Brooks put a little mustard on that ball trying to connect with Bryson Rushing, and the freshman Rushing unable to pull that one in. And it'll be third down and 9.
6s and 8s are hard. That was actually Ja'Cory Walton who heard footsteps there.
6, okay. Oh, well, I got two 6s on my roster over here. Trying to set me up for failure. I got a freshman number 6 and a senior number 6. That probably was the senior number 6. 2 to the left, 1 to the right side now for Brooks. Brooks rolling left, wants to throw. This time it is caught. That's Javon Towns. We know who he is. He gets just past the sticks, and it's enough to move the chains for Kilgore. 1st and 10 Bulldogs up at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Hawks had bracket coverage there. Jace Elrod never even turned his head around just because he had the underneath coverage. And quick release by the quarterback for the Bulldogs. He's able to get that ball out quick. Brooks just got a rocket for an arm.
Brody Watts comes in to spell Buck Anderson, and Kedron Smith comes in to give Lance Jackson a breather. 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Everybody in tight. This handoff to Ja'Cory Walton. Again, he tries to go right and cut it back inside the formation. Picks up 3 on the play. Hawks do a good job of staying home in the middle. Looked like Landon West was the first man in there to make the stop.
Yeah, Jalen Foster does a great job coming from that defensive end spot to turn the runner back inside, and trailing Hawks able to keep that to a short gain.
So when they bring Jackson out, they'll usually send Foster over to the strong side and bring Kedron Smith over to the weak side. 3 to the left side, 1 to the right side. Brooks passing the whole way, throws complete in the backfield. Now we've got a flag on the play from the head linesman over here on the home sideline. We'll see what the call is. It's a dead ball. False start against Bulldogs. Looked like the receiver out here on this left side, Ja'Cory Walton, got himself moving just a little bit too early. You know, that's something that drives the coaches crazy. They're like, don't go till you see motion.
Pleasant Grove did a good job last time they had it second behind the chains against these Bulldogs. See if they can force another long third down.
2nd down and 12. Brooks looks to the sideline, gets the snap, hands it off. Isaiah Waters on the carry. Runs into the teeth of that Hawk defense, picked up 3 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Kedron Smith there on the stop, and just did a good job just keeping hold of him, because that running back was definitely moving his feet and was not going to stop. But, good stop there by the Pleasant Grove defense, bringing up this 3rd and long.
Kedron Smith comes out for a breather, and Coach Darby met him out there and told him good job, had Coach fired up. Now they send Lance Jackson in for him. They're going to let this clock wind down, though, and we're going to have this 3rd and long at the start of the second quarter. So as the clock winds out on quarter number 1, we are tied down here in Kilgore at 7 apiece. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Welcome back to Kilgore as we get ready to start the second quarter. Hawks on defense. We've got the Kilgore Bulldogs in a 3rd down and 9. We saw that commercial there from State Bank. Of course, they are our scoreboard sponsor each week. As you watch our broadcast each week, I want you to pay attention to the logos that you see in the corners of these screens. Pay attention to those commercials that you see when we go to break. Those are the people that allow us to bring you high school football each and every Friday, free of charge, wherever you are watching us from. Couldn't do it without those sponsors. Thank you to all of them for what they do for Texarkana Game Day and for Hawk football. 3rd and 9 now for the Bulldogs. Brooks wants to throw. Swing pass out of the backfield to the tailback, and the Hawks do a good job to string this thing out. Jace Elrod and Lance Jackson both give Rayshawn Williams a ride out of bounds. Picked up a yard on the play. It'll be 4th down and 6, and the Bulldogs sending in the punt team once again.
Yeah, the defensive backs did a great job just staying on their receivers and just basically making a wall until Lance was able to get across the field and make that tackle, forcing this potential punt by the Bulldogs.
James Solomon standing back near his 23-yard line. A spiraling line drive punt, bounces at the 30 and just takes a right turn. It'll go out of bounds right there. So the Hawks will have it 1st down and 10 at the 30.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the coaches are clocking on the snap time, but the punter has definitely had some happy feet the last 2 punts. So you may see some pressure coming from the outside next time that the Bulldogs have to get in punt formation.
And that ball had a kind of a weird spin to it, and as soon as it hit the ground, it turned 90 degrees. Down the 30-yard line and out of bounds. Hawks bring them out now, 2 to the right side, 1 to the left. Nick Bells back in the backfield with Jarrett Halter. Bells is going to get the carry on 1st down. A little off tackle. This one read well by the Bulldogs. It'll be a pickup of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. Bells carries the pile up to the 33-yard line.
Jarrett Halter did a phenomenal job moving without the ball after handing that ball off. Bison Williams, number 96, thought Jarrett still had the ball and just ran right past Nick Bells there. And that's one of the things that definitely want to see is everybody doing their job every play. And so even if you're not going to be the carrier, do what you're asked to do, and you might be just enough to be able to take an extra step for a running back or a receiver with the ball.
Same formation now for the Hawks. Halter gives it to Bells once again. This time Bells going to be bottled up in the backfield. Could have been a much larger loss. Might have actually got back to the line of scrimmage. Just Nick Bells fighting for every inch he could get there. He had several Bulldogs in his face.
Yeah, Cameron Christian grabbed the jersey and basically went around and around until Nick Bells was able to advance the ball just a little bit, but Bulldogs getting a lot of pressure on that last play through that offensive line, so you just got to wonder if maybe a little screen pass or a quick pass to the outside can keep them honest.
Got to do something to keep them from being able just to pin their ears back. Hawks will flip the formation now, send 2 men out to the left. Now Jamarian Richardson in motion, and they're going to
Might be a timeout.
Stop this, and the Hawks want to talk about it. So it'll be a timeout for the Hawks. We're going to take a quick timeout with them here with 10:01 remaining in the second quarter. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Texline Card House, where the stakes are high and the cards are hotter than ever. Here at Texline Card House, we deal in excitement, strategy, and unforgettable moments. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a first-timer, our tables cater to every level of skill and ambition. Join the poker revolution where every hand could be your winning hand. Get in on the action. Come see us at pokeratlas.com for all of our updates and experience the game like never before. Texline Card House is the best little poker house in Texas.
Welcome back here to Kilgore. Following the timeout, the Hawks wanted to talk about it there on offense. 3rd down and 8 to go for the Hawks from our own 32-yard line. Spencer Browning and Jamarian Richardson on the left side of this formation as the Hawks break the huddle. Lance Jackson in at the tight end. Nick Bales is the tailback. Now Jay Rich is in motion. Jamarian Richardson, they fake the handoff to him. Firing down the field, trying to connect. Caught. Bam! First down and out of bounds all the way at the 35-yard line. Now, where are they going to point him out? There we go. The 37-yard line.
Well, that is going to be the first of many high-point catches that Camden Bam Harris makes for the Pleasant Grove Hawks, and definitely glad to get him in the lineup tonight.
So, glad to have him there. And yeah, he just did exactly what you said, Jay. High pointed that thing, pulled it down, made sure his feet stayed in bounds. And the Hawks are now in business inside Kilgore territory at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, I visited the coaches last week and saw some practice film, and wow, Harris has got some hands.
2 receivers right side, 1 receiver left side.
The Wildcat?
Wildcat with Jay Rich, Jamarian Richardson on the Wildcat keeper, if you call it quarterback keeper, gets it down inside the 35-yard line to the 32, 5-yard pickup on first down. You saw him trying to get some personnel changed out, and they're going to keep this Wildcat package out here. So Jay Rich is in quarterback spot here. He's joined by Nick Bales. Let's see if maybe Jay Rich can toss the ball around a little bit. Richardson rolls to his right, cuts it up inside the formation. Hit by several Bulldogs. He might have squeaked out a yard on that one.
Yeah, Boston Williams comes in and goes high. Like some of those neck shots.
It'll be 3rd down and 4 now for the Hawks, and Jared Halter and company coming back in. Also, Lance Jackson coming in at tight end. We're at 8:45 and rolling here in the first half. Halter back, Nick Bales, the tailback. Handoff, goes to Bales. The ball bounces around. Looks like a Bulldog got on it, and we'll see.
Fumble on the play, recovered by number 13, Nick Bales.
Bales got back on it. Well, I tell you, it looked like there were 2 Bulldogs there. I don't know how Bales got his hands in there. That's a great play there by the junior Nick Bales. It'll be 4th down, but certainly could have been worse there for the Hawks. 4 down territory, keeping the offense out here on the field, 4th and 5.
Pleasant Grove not losing a fumble, but that is something that we've had an issue with this season so far.
Halter rolling left, wants to throw, has Jackson caught. Lance Jackson, first down. Inside the 25 at the 24, and just a good little drag route by the tight end there, Jackson. And the Hawks with a fresh set of downs at the 24 as the clock rolls inside of 7.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Yeah, just good football play there, and very smart by Lance being able to extend his route just past the line of gain. And Halter, very, very good throw there. And Lance did take a little hit, but he was able to get off the field under his own power.
Harris and Ritchie are to the right in the formation. Spencer Browning to the left. His handoff goes to Bells, and Nick Bells is upended by Javon Towns at the corner. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Nick's had the opportunity to go, either inside or outside a couple of times, and it's just been a little bit of step late on some of those cuts, but his time is definitely coming. Brody Watts coming in to take over those running responsibilities, should that be called.
Bell's a little bit of a breather.
One-on-one coverage out at the top.
Halter. Now we got a stoppage. It looks like maybe the Bulldogs. Nope, the Hawks want to take it. So Pleasant Grove is going to take this timeout. We're going to stay here during this timeout. There's 6.5 minutes left in the first half, and Jay, it's a little bit of a back and forth affair. The Bulldogs started their first drive deep in Hawk territory after a punt return. They were able to get in and score, but since then, the Hawk defense is stiffened, and this Hawk offense is starting to get a little bit of a rhythm here, putting a couple of drives together. Now set up once again inside the Bulldog 25 at 2nd and 10 at the 23.
Well, I did not expect to see this, but Fayetteville is actually leading Texas High 28-16 right now, according to Dave Campbell's Texas football scoring app out there. And Carthage is beating Tyler Chapel Hill 14-7.
Other scores around our schedule. Jefferson is up 27-7 over Pittsburgh. New Diana over 16-14 over Redwater. Liberty Ilo trailing Bullard 9-7. It's homecoming for the Leopards across there. Now Alma Mater Hooks trailing Winsboro 13-14. Spring Hill trailing Gladewater 13-14.
I think Gladewater's got a little bit better squad than what folks thought going into this season.
Hawks now back on offense after taking a timeout. They fake to Nick Bells, throwing it out of the backfield, incomplete, just out of reach for Landon West. And man, the play call was there. West had a lot of green grass in front of him, just a little bit more air on that one under Halter. West had his legs chopping as fast as he could go, just unable to catch up with that one. It's 3rd down and 10, and that's one that I can promise you Halter would like back.
Yeah, a little bit more air under the ball, because definitely had a few steps on number 21, Travis Dixon, to be able to probably get first down and then some.
Rolling to the right goes Halter. Throws, and it's incomplete. A little bit low that time. He was trying to connect with Roland Ritchie. Ritchie was covered decently as well. I'm not sure he would have had a chance to pick up the 10 yards that were needed. It'll be 4th and 10. Hawks keeping the offense out there on the field. The clock stopped temporarily at 6:19.
Yeah, Bulldogs did a good job there, having a hat on every single Hawk receiver out there. And you just got to think that one of those times, it's do you go ahead and tuck the ball and try to get a few more yards? I know Jarrett Halter's a playmaker and just trying to get everything he can, trying to find Camp out there.
4 receivers set now with 2 on each side. Halter drops back to throw. The Bulldogs pin their ears back, firing down the middle, incomplete. Trying to get to Landon West again, and that one you just got to give credit to the man in coverage. West was there, the ball was where it needed to be, and the defender just got a hand up in the middle of that pass right at the last second.
Yeah, Javon Towns did a great job, basically stayed on his hip pocket the whole route, but I believe that was a well-placed ball. Yeah. I don't think you could put that anywhere better. So Pleasant Grove able to move the ball a little bit that series, and just going to ask this defense to do something they've asked them all season long, is get that ball back just before halftime.
Ball goes over on downs to the Bulldogs. It'll be 1st and 10 for them. 6:13 remaining in the first half. They do get the ball to start the second half. So like you say, this defense would like to quickly get off the field, maybe give the Hawk offense a chance to punch something in before the half. 2 to the left side, 1 on the right side with twin backs in the backfield for Kason Brooks. He hands it off to the left tailback. That's number 5, Isaiah Waters. He's going to be caught from behind by the first man there from the Hawks. It'll be a 2-yard pickup. It'll make it 2nd down and 8. Looks like Kedrick Smith is the man who came across the formation, and then DeCorey Cranford did a good job to get his nose in there in the middle of that one at the end.
Yeah, Buck Anderson was holding on for dear life, trying to pull him backwards, but just tough running there by the Bulldogs for a short gain.
Gain of 3 makes it 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 8 to go now. Brooks wants to throw, looks to his left. Steps up into the pocket, fires down the middle. There's a lot of jostling back and forth. And that one sails over the head of everybody. There were 2 Hawks in coverage of Jaden Sanders.
Yeah, Jamarin Richardson was there as well as Solomon, and the receiver was trying to run in between both of them, and I think just rubbed up both of them to slow down his run there, and just that ball floated way over his head, bringing up a 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Big 3rd down here, opportunity here for the Hawk defense. Bulldogs spread them out with 2 receivers to each side. And now we got a whistle here. We'll see if it's a timeout. It is a timeout. Now the Bulldogs want to talk about it. We're going to take this timeout with them. We're knotted at 7 here, 5:23 remaining in the first half. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Tired of the annual hassle of hanging holiday lights? Forget those struggles and invest in the convenience and year-round beauty of Gemstone Lights. Permanent architectural and holiday lighting that you control. With Gemstone Lights, access over 1,000 pre-built patterns for festivities throughout the year. Easily alter them through our user-friendly app. Experience the magic of Gemstone Lights today. Available through Livewire Electrical Services, Texarkana's authorized Gemstone Lights dealer.
Welcome back here to Kilgore. 5:23 remaining in the first half after the Bulldog timeout here on offense. 3rd down and 8. Hawk defense looking to give the offense another chance here before the half.
Anderson showing a little pressure up the middle.
Brooks with 2 backs. And the tailback Waters makes the first man miss. 2nd crew there for the Hawks come in.
Waters on the carry.
Wrap him up. Looks like big number 36, B.J. Rochelle and James Solomon coming up. It's going to be 4th down and 1, and we'll see. It's a really short line to gain.
4th down and 1.
Bulldogs are sending in the punt team. Solomon standing back near the Hawk 40.
Kicking once again for the Bulldogs, number 82, Eddie Jimenez.
Eddie Jimenez set to kick. Snap back, high punt. It's going to bounce at the 40 and once again makes a 90-degree turn. This one at the Hawk 40, and so Pleasant Grove 60 yards away. Got 4 minutes and 31 seconds to work with.
Punt goes out of bounds.
It'll be fun stepping across that goal line right as the first half expired, Jay.
Yeah, I think any Hawk fan would be pleased with that, but at the same time, if you told many of them 7-7 going into halftime, they would probably be acceptable of those terms as well.
Probably so. And we said that we may come back and go for a big shot right here on 1st down, and that's why we hang out in this hot, sweaty box, and coaches hang out in the hot, sweaty box on the other side.
You got 16 at the top of the screen and 19 on the bottom, and you can't be lulled to sleep by Roland Ritchie either.
Yep. Yeah, he can certainly has the speed to move around. Nick Bells still in there at tailback, and Marion Jones is the tight end. Handed off to Bells, and he is going to be bottled up immediately. Tried to go to the right, and one of the defensive linemen, looked like actually one of the linebackers, David McGowan, for the Bulldogs, just standing there waiting from him when Bells tried to turn it back into the middle. Brought down by big number 61. So it'll bring up second down and 11 now after the loss of 1 on first down.
A little delay there on that run, and the Bulldogs have their ears peeled back. I'm just not sure if that's the play call there.
2 to the right side now, 1 to the left side. Hand off to Bells again. Nick Bells. This time just a straight off-tackle run, and he loses a helmet at the end of that one. Maybe shaking up just a little bit. Don't think there's anything malicious there. I think those guys were just face-to-face when they hit the ground, and Bells just wants to come talk about it on the sideline for a minute. Of course, you have to come out for at least one play if you do lose your hat. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now for the Hawks at the 43. Play clock and game clock rolling. Will be inside of 3.5 minutes.
Nick Bell's running through that middle, man. Just tough running there, and just a tough kid there.
Jamarian Richardson now in at tailback. He'll line up to the left of Jared Halter in the backfield. They fake to Jay Rich. Halter wants to throw, trying to connect with Browning again, and he does. Spencer Browning, 10-5 touchdown. Hawks, Spencer Browning, 2 for 2.
Yeah, once again, Dre Sanders lets Browning get by him, and Halter, 2 great long passes in a row. And Pleasant Grove's on the board once again and in the lead for the first time in this game.
Now we wait on the extra point from Silas Yowell. Spencer Browning showing off the wheels on a couple of plays this evening. Snap is back. Yowell's kick is up. It is good. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remain in the first half. Hawks 14, Bulldogs 7. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Texar is a community-first credit union which has served members in and around the Texarkana area since 1951.
Having 3 offices and employing almost 100 people, today Texar serves citizens of Cass, Bowie, Little River, Miller, Red River, and Lamar counties.
Through the years, we've had many different names.
From our humble beginnings as Bowie County Teachers Credit Union to where we are today.
We are honored to offer our members quality service with exceptional products.
We also take pride in staying one step ahead when it comes to introducing the latest and greatest in banking technology.
From personal to commercial banking.
And turning houses into homes.
We believe in banking made easy.
To make life easier for you.
Welcome back here to Kilgore. Hawks set to kick off. Once again, James Solomon with it teed up at the 40. High end over end kick sends Javon Towns all the way back to the 1 yard line. He's looking for some room in the middle. He gets across the 20, and he's going to be bottled up at the 21 yard line. Good coverage. Down the field by Pleasant Grove, Seth Gunlock on the stop. So the Bulldogs will have it at their own 21-yard line. Hawk defense did their job on the last drive, gave the offense a chance. He had another Jarrett Halter to Spencer Browning connection for a long touchdown pass. The Hawks lead at 14-7. Again, the Bulldogs get it coming out of the halftime locker room, and this defense would love to go into the halftime keeping that score the same. The only score for the Bulldogs is on their first offensive drive that started at the Hawk 21.
The defensive stand here can take you a long way throughout the season to be able to go back to. You got a team a lot larger than your school and able to stop them going into half.
Brooks hands the ball off to Sanders. That might be Waters, actually, on the carry. Rayshawn Williams, sophomore.
Lance Jackson, one of the many Hawks there to make that stop after about 4 yards, maybe 5. We'll call it 4.
Second down and 6. The ball at the 25-yard line.
Jace Elrod got Defensive Player of the Week for Texarkana Game Day, and he's out there one-on-one with Javon Towns.
Brooks rolls to his right, wants to throw. Throws it underneath, complete to Williams. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Jace Elrod, and Jace Elrod knocked out of bounds by his own player.
Yeah, Rashawn Williams there catching that ball, and Jace Elrod does a good job recognizing the ball was in the air and came off his guy and made that stop, but not before Kilgore able to advance the chains.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Bulldogs from the 31-yard line now. 2 receivers left side, 1 receiver right side with a back to each side of Brooks. Kason Brooks hands the ball off once again to Williams. Williams comes out, ball comes out.
That whistle was early.
It was very quick.
That whistle was early.
Hit the ground there as Williams hit by 2 Hawk defenders.
All right, 2 minutes in the first half left. I'm going back and watching that time.
It'll be a 1-yard pickup, 2nd down and 9 to go. Again, one of those that got everybody tensed up in a hurry, that's for sure.
No, good answer there by the Hawk defense. Good stop.
Gonna bring in some extra protection now with 1 receiver to each side. Brooks drops back to throw. Has a man in his face, and he's going to be brought down. Lance Jackson. DeCorey Cranford flushed the quarterback out of the pocket and into the waiting arms of Lance Jackson, and Brooks will be planted inside the 25 back at the 24.
Like I said, these are the type of defensive stands that you can lean on late in the season on what you were able to accomplish. And that defensive line there, just lots of pressure, and Lance Jackson doing what Lance Jackson does. And that is a reason why the burnt orange of Texas has courted him, and that's where he is ready to go once he graduates.
Up his 5th star this last week as well. And of course, he's joined by the sophomore DeCorey Cranford and then his fellow senior B.J. Rochelle there on the front. Brooks hands the ball off. This time goes to Isaiah Waters, and he is bottled up immediately. No gain on the play. It'll be 4th down, and the Hawks are going to call a timeout. Coach Gibson running down there. It'll be the final timeout of the first half, and they're at least going to force Kilgore to punt here. 29 seconds.
I think you send the house. I mean, I think the timing of the snap and the nervousness of the kicker, I think there's an opportunity for Pleasant Grove put some speed on the edge and send it to him, or BJ right up the middle.
I was going to say
that's worked a time or two as well.
So they reset the clock actually to 32 seconds. Not sure if the 3 seconds will make a difference or not, but we'll see.
BJ Rochelle's already taken his spot. I think he's ready.
Yeah, I think he might be geared up. Rochelle and DeCorey Cranford both there in the middle. Kedrick Smith out on the left side, and Jalen Foster on the right side. We'll see if the Hawks send folks back there. James Solomon standing at the Hawk 40.
As the Bulldogs were coming on the field, number 16 patted the punter on his head like, do what you got to do.
Waiting on the kick here. Not sure what we're trying to get. There we go. Trying to get everybody set where they need to go, and now the play is whistled ready.
J. Rich from the top.
Hawks send several. The punt does get off. This one is going to bounce and roll dead at the 24-yard line. And there will be 18.3 seconds remaining. I'm not exactly sure what the Bulldogs are going to cover, but I bet you one thing they're going to talk about is you may want to get somebody near number 19.
Yeah, I would imagine some bracket coverage is fixing to occur, and you're going to have all of their hands team is going to be in on this next 2, maybe 3 plays.
I'm not sure if I don't give it to
Jay Rich
on the Wildcat. And give him a chance to do something there in the open field. The Hawks will send 2 receivers to the right side. 1 receiver by himself to the left is Spencer Browning. He's going to be manned up by Jaden Sanders. We'll see if he gets some help when this thing starts from Javon Towns. Nick Bales is the tailback with Halter. Oh, now there's a little bit of movement there on the right side by the Hawks. And hard count. Caught our own guy off guard, so we'll back it up 5 yards. So now we'll try it from the 19-yard line. That'll make the touchdown 81 yards instead of 76.
Well, and you can't have an 81-yard passing touchdown without that penalty.
Halter surveys the field. Gets the snap, hands the ball off to Bells. Nick Bells hit hard by the linebacker there, back near the original line of scrimmage, and that's the way we're going to let the first half end. Your score at the end of the first half, though, Pleasant Grove leading Kilgore 14-7. The Bulldogs will have it when we start the second half. But Jay, like you said, I think any Hawk fan would be happy if you told them this was going to be the score heading into halftime.
Yeah, especially with the what the expectations are of the Bulldogs. You expect them to make a deep run into the playoffs this year as well. And so Pleasant Grove goes into halftime up by 7.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have halftime. Be sure to stick around for the Showstoppers and the Hawk Band putting part 3 on the field tonight, 3 of 4 of their show Nostalgic. We'll be right back with halftime. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Craving Tex-Mex that tastes like home? Look no further than Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Family owned and operated since 1992, we bring Texarkana the freshest flavors this side of the border. We use only the highest quality ingredients with fresh vegetables chopped daily. Our salsa is made from scratch with steam-peeled Roma tomatoes for a taste that explodes with flavor. We don't settle for anything less than USDA All-American meats, like our signature skirt steak fajitas. Every dish is made with love, from our kitchen to your table. Make Tamales your go-to spot for Taco Tuesdays, Enchilada Wednesdays, or any day you're craving a taste of home. Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Real, fresh Tex-Mex, tastes like home.
Meet Tony Langford Roofing, your trusted name in roofing solutions. Decades of experience and top-notch service. Passionate about your home safety, we treat every roof like our own. From repairs to full installations, we've got your home covered. Upgrade your roof with our variety of styles and materials. For roofs that last long, choose Tony Langford Roofing. We've got you covered.
Please welcome to the field the Pleasant Grove Showstoppers.
2024-2025 Showstopper officers are Junior Lieutenant Sophie Douglas, Junior Lieutenant Taylor Harding Black, and Senior Captain Amy Womack. The Showstoppers have a dazzling cumulative 3.86 GPA and are under the direction of Jessica Bolton. Tonight, they perform their newest kick routine, hand clap. The Pleasant Grove Showstoppers. Pleasant Grove Independent School District proudly presents for your continuing halftime entertainment the award-winning Pleasant Grove High School Band. The Pleasant Grove Band is led on the field by drum majors Senior Deanna Dyer and Junior Eden Venable. Color guard captain is Junior Aubryn Franklin. Tonight, the band will be performing the first 3 movements of their 2024 competition show, Nostalgic. Pleasant Grove High School Band is under the direction of Jay Sutton, assisted by Devin Sipes, Jody Digby, Anna Sutton, Kevin Sutton, Tia Davenport, Don Cockwitt, Austin Head, and Cannon Porterfield. Soprano saxophone soloist in tonight's performance is sophomore Gabriel Alaman. This week's section of the week is the Mellophones. Veterans of the week are Antonio Morel and Deanna Dyer, and new member of the week is Jack Elliott. We would like to thank the Pleasant Grove Band Booster Club, school board, and administration for the continued support of our program. Thank you also to our corporate sponsors, Red River Beef Company, Garrett Sporting Goods, Red River Credit Union, Renew Medical Spa, Leadwell, Nuke Eatery, or Hyundai, or Honda, or Chevrolet, Livingston Trucking, You Store It, Mike Rogers Construction, Pace & Sons Overhead Doors, Nevermore Tattoo Studio, Dots Rentals and Sales, Texarkana T-Shirt and Quilt, Bubba Green Towing, Browning Homes, and Premier Outdoor Equipment. Go Hawks!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kilgore High School High Steppers. The officers are Lieutenant Kayla Black, Lieutenant Kylie Lewis, Lieutenant Bailey Alford, Lieutenant Kira Spyhowski, First Lieutenant Adeline Chitwood, and Captain Graceland Nash.
Let me show you what it's all. Check it out.
GKT Investments Whataburger of Kilgore is the proud halftime sponsor for the High Steppers.
Let's go, boys. Man, I feel like a woman.
Kilgore High School High Steppers.
Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
The High Steppers are under the direction of Layson Perales and Christy Carter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The award-winning Kilgore High School Bulldog Band would like to continue tonight's halftime entertainment by featuring our majorettes. Our 2024 majorettes performing tonight are Janie Hurt, Lily Timon, Christina Lumley, Taylor Hudman, Jordan Blackman, and Bailey Glasgow. Our majorette manager is Miss Robin Smith. They will perform a dance twirl routine to the Bruno Mars hit, Uptown Funk. Now, under the field direction of drum majors Sandy Rodriguez and Naomi Briones, Kilgore ISD proudly presents the Ragin' Red Band from Bulldog Land. The band's performance tonight will include the Kilgore Bulldog Fanfare, St. Julian March, the Crosley March, and Symphonians Fanfare. under the direction of Mr. John Gertner, Gavin Clark, Patrick Riley, and Miss Bailey Reddick. Our majorette sponsor is Miss Ashley Pope. Principal for Kilgore High School is Marcus Camp. The
Diamond Bank
superintendent is
walks
Dr.
with its
Andrew Baker,
customers
and the
through every
voice of the
step of
Bulldog
life,
Band is
side by
Catherine
side.
Gertner.
From the first
Thank you so
checking
much
account
for
in
your
high
support
school
and
to the first
go
home or
Dogs!
business loan, Diamond Bank is committed to helping you with all of your financial needs. Diamond Bank's growth is the result of the growth of our customers, and we want to help you feel that same growth. We are proud to have the ability to give back to our local school districts, community organizations, veterans, customers, and more in a multitude of ways. Come discover the Diamond Bank difference with local people making local decisions for our local community. Stop by our current location in Texarkana at 5714 Richmond Road or visit us online at www.diamond.bank to see our products and services. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, both teams making their way back out here on the field after halftime. Treated to some fantastic performances by some Hawks and some Bulldogs. Great job by the Showstoppers and that Pleasant Grove Hawk band. They'll get themselves some snacks and get ready for the third quarter. Jay, not a ton of offense. Save a few big plays, but Hawks leading 14-7, and we were talking about it there. I think any Hawk fan would take that as you go. Neither team really lighting up the scoreboard, and I don't know. You feel like you're kind of, to me, it feels like we're right on the edge. This thing could blow up one way or the other, or we may continue having just a real tight defensive battle.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have done a real good job just selling out against the run against Pleasant Grove, and just Pleasant Grove's had a couple of answers, and those answers have been halter to Browning both times. And so Browning has a 57-yard passing TD and a second one that ranged at 75 yards. And adding to that is also, going to be new to the roster. Camden Harris had a little 31-yard passing reception, and then Lance Jackson with a 9-yard passing reception.
So we get the second half kicked off here. James Solomon high end-over-end kick fielded at the 15-yard line by Javon Towns. And Towns tries to jump over Spencer Browning, and Spencer says, I don't think so, Scooter. Brings him down there at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. That was really, it almost looked like they were just trying to celebrate out there and chest bump each other, Jay. They were both just happy to be here.
Yeah, and that's why you keep your eyes on their belt and not their lower body or upper body. And Browning making a great stop there as he tried to take that wide.
Still a decent return for Town, sets them up on the 30. So that's where Kilgore will start the second half. Got Buck Anderson and Landon West, the linebackers, here in the middle of this formation. Landon West showing a little bit of pressure. A two-back set for the Bulldogs. Kason Brooks. Brooks wants to throw, fires left, caught. Towns. And the Hawks do a good job to get out there on him quickly. That's James Solomon coming up from the strong safety position. And, man, for about 3 seconds there, Solomon is on an island with Towns and just does a good job to slow him down and wait on the cavalry to show up. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, good coverage out there. J.C. Rod also in on the play to help slow him down to a very short gain. That little quick pass to the outside, Kilgore's definitely gone to quite a few times tonight.
Same formation now from the left hash. Hand the ball off to the tailback, and he gets nowhere. Buck Anderson meets the ball carrier in the backfield. And then big B.J. Rochelle catches him down low. A pickup of maybe a yard on the play. Bring up 3rd down and 7 now.
Yeah, good stance there by the defensive line there, linebacker play.
2 to the right side now, 1 on the left. Kason Brooks from the shotgun, looks to his left, rolls to his right, wants to throw.
Wide open.
Down the field, has a man wide open, and it is incomplete. Javon Towns. Towns just got twisted up. Brooks put that ball where it needed to go, and good result for the Hawks. You do feel a little bit bad just on the kid there because Brooks did exactly what he was supposed to do, and Towns just got twisted up down there. And you can see the coaches go and talk to him. That kid upset it himself, and I think he just lost the ball somewhere there in the lights. But good news for Pleasant Grove, it does force a 4th down, and so the Bulldogs will come out, set the punt, and the Hawk defense picks up where they left off at the end of the first half. That time benefiting off a miscue, and now a snap over the punter's head. He's going to back him up to the 5, and B.J. Rochelle plants him there. And it'll be 1st and goal, Pleasant Grove. We talked about the time it was taken. That time it was just a little bit high. B.J. Rochelle never turning it off, and by the time the punter got on it, he didn't have a chance to do anything with it. Rochelle plants him at the 6, and it's 1st and goal, Pleasant Grove from there.
Yeah, untimely high snap, and Pleasant Grove on the doorstep of the Bulldogs here. See what Coach Gibson has dialed up. Looks like Brody Watts is going to be in the backfield.
So 2 costly mistakes by the Bulldogs in a row, and we'll see if the Hawks can take advantage. Take it any way you can get it in a tight ball game. Halter with Watts to his left, 2 on the right side. Handoff goes to Watts. Brody Watts meets a man in the hole, and Brody Watts keeps his feet driving. We've seen him have that play several times tonight, and that time when 11 stuck his nose in there, he might have got the worst of that one as Brody Watts ran him over. Gets it down to the 4, hard 2-yard pickup there. It's 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, Lance Jackson also trying to lead the way there, and hole didn't just quite open up large enough for Brody to try to get in there any deeper than he did. Just good, tough running there by Brody.
Almost like to see Halter bootleg one of these out and see if he can sneak it into the corner. Watts now on the right side. They fake to him. Halter throws, and it is incomplete. And dangerous pass there. He was trying to get it to Lance Jackson, and the safety came up and just jumped that route. Knocked it down. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, Jacqueline Sheffield almost had a pick 6, and that would have been a little morale booster for the Bulldogs there. But fortunately, that ball did hit the turf. And so Nick Bells is going to come back in. May have a little wildcat here to get the ball into Jay Rich's hands. That's always a good thing.
Jamarian Richardson coming into wildcat. Camden Harris is out wide to the right side. 2 receivers out to the left side.
Nick Bells maybe an extra blocker.
And trying to get him to get it snapped quickly, and I think the Hawks ran out of play clock. Nope. They're going to say the Hawks got a timeout, and Coach was trying to get it called from the sideline, but he's imploring his offense, saying, guys, we've got to get that thing snapped. And so do barely get the timeout, though, to keep the penalty from happening. So it'll be 3rd down and goal. So a big play here. And Jay, we saw, I think, a couple of plays last week with Jay Rich from the Wildcat, but it's something I think I would like to see explored as we go along here.
Well, once he gets the ball in open field, he has a great set of eyes and is able to, make guys miss. And, anytime he can get the ball in space, he's going to be a dynamic runner for Pleasant Grove.
Well, some other scores around are in this timeout. Jefferson leading Pittsburgh 40-15. Winsboro's up 33-13 over Hooks. Dangerfield is trailing Center 34-15. Spring Hill is trailing Gladewater 21-20. North Lamar is leading Mineola 35-24. White House is up over Paris 28-7. Gilmer is leading Lindale 14-10. And Carthage is up 31-7 over Tyler Chapel Hill. All right, so after the timeout, the Hawks come back out on the field, and now Jarrett Halter is back out there with them. 2 receivers to each side. Lance Jackson is in the right slot. Nick Bells is the quarterback. It's 3rd and goal from the 4. Halter wants to throw. Fires, slant, incomplete. He was trying to connect with Camden Harris. And I'll tell you, Lance Jackson was going toward the corner. But unable to connect there, and so now the field goal unit coming in. This will be Yowell attempting a 20-yard field goal. Snap is back. His kick is up. It's good. 9:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Hawks added 3 to the board. Pleasant Grove 17, Kilgore 7. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here, and we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
Welcome back here to Kilgore after the Silas Yowell 20-yard field goal. Makes it a 10-point affair. And James Solomon tees the ball up for the Hawks for the 2nd time this half. 9:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Sanders, man back deep, bounces off his chest at the 7. He's looking for a return up the right sideline, and he'll be shoved out of bounds just inside the 30. So Jaden Sanders that time getting the call for the Bulldogs, and so Kilgore will have it 1st and 10 at their own 29. The Hawk defense forcing a punt on the last drive, and a high snap over the punter's head set the offense up deep in Bulldog territory, and we were talking about it off the air there. Certainly dodged a bullet on that incomplete pass on the intended pass to Javon Towns, and so hopefully talked about that over there with the secondary and said, hey, let's not let that happen again. Blood moon out there in the sky. Visiting stands. 2 receivers on the right side now, 1 to the left side for Brooks. Kason Brooks drops back to throw. Gets some time, firing down the field. It is caught. Number 4, LaKeelan Graves. And he was able to finally get half a step on the coverage man, and Graves did a good job to stretch out and catch that ball, and it sets the Bulldogs up in Hawk territory down at the 25-yard line, and Kason Brooks steps back and airs it out down the field.
Yeah, Solomon there on the coverage and just left him just a little bit too open.
2 to the right side, 1 left. They get the snap. Brooks rolls around, and we got a flag on the play. Looked like somebody for the Bulldogs probably started moving just a little bit early. See, this did come from the linesman over here on the Kilgore side, so we'll see. It is going to be offsides against the Hawks. That'll be called against B.J. Rochelle. So they say the senior got a little bit of a head start, so that'll move it down to the 20, and it'll be 1st down and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Jabron Baltimore able to get off the field, but I believe he's the first one I've seen with some cramps Starting to build up in those calves.
2 receivers out to the left side, 1 man by himself to the right is Graves, who just caught the big pass. Brooks flanked by a tailback on either side. He wants to throw, pump fakes, fires, incomplete. Tried to get it to Graves. That time it sailed over his head. Roland Ritchie, the man in coverage for Pleasant Grove.
And that stat's going to go to Lance Jackson there because he was up high and forced a very, very high throw over his outstretched arms.
This time a flag from the head linesman over on the other side of the field. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. And so back-to-back penalties, and the only man who gets any exercise on that is the guy manning the down box on the other side of the field. He just goes 5 yards one way and 5 yards the other way. Clock rolling now inside of 8.5 minutes here in the third quarter. Hawks leading it 17-7. 2 on the right side now, 1 on the left side to move the tight end over to the right side, and now they flip the tailback to the other side. Brooks wants to throw, drops back, firing toward the end zone, and it is incomplete. Jamarian Richardson got 2 hands on it, and I tell you, he almost tipped it up to Ja'Cory Walton. Jay Rich did a good job to back up and nearly picked that one off. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, we've got a score update. Your Texas High Tigers are now only trailing by 1 point.
Oh, wow.
And so it is 40-41 in the third quarter with 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. So
good Tigers on a comeback trail there in Arkansas. Brooks drops back, and he is going to be dropped immediately. B.J. Rochelle, the first man back there, and he got help from Landon West. Those 2 guys met about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Right there in the middle of Kason Brooks' business.
Yeah, it just looks like a busted play. Not sure what the call was, but Pleasant Grove there recognizing that and putting pressure and starting to see a little frustration there by Kason Brooks. See if he's able to pull out this 3rd and long.
He has 2 receivers to each side on 3rd and 14. He drops back, throws complete. This one is caught by Jaden Sanders. He comes back into the middle of the formation. Landon Jackson able to bring him down when he gets back into the center of the field. Picked up about 5 yards on the play. It'll be 4th down and 8 to go. And we've got a 40-yard field goal attempt by Eddie Jimenez coming up. So we'll see what the left-footed kicker for the Bulldogs can do. He gets this one up and in. Pretty impressive kick there by Jimenez. It's 40 yards and it's good. So we trade field goals on back-to-back drives. Hawks 17, Bulldogs 10. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Craving Tex-Mex that tastes like home? Look no further than Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Family owned and operated since 1992, we bring Texarkana the freshest flavors this side of the border. We use only the highest quality ingredients with fresh vegetables chopped daily. Our salsa is made from scratch with steam-peeled Roma tomatoes for a taste that explodes with flavor. We don't settle for anything less than USDA All-American meats, like our signature skirt steak fajitas. Every dish is made with love, from our kitchen to your table. Make Tamales your go-to spot for Taco Tuesdays, Enchilada Wednesdays, or any day you're craving a taste of home. Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Real, fresh Tex-Mex, tastes like home.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Kilgore. The Eddie Jimenez field goal brings this thing back to a 7-point differential. Hawks leading it 17-10, 6:51 remaining in the third quarter. Each team has netted a field goal so far here in this third stanza. Waiting on the kickoff now, high little Maverick style kick, and Walker Wright calls for a fair catch. And he'll down it at the 29-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will have it. 1st down and 10. So they're going to move it right to the 30. So the Hawks 70 yards away. Let's see if we can get an offensive drive going here. The Hawks started last time inside the 10. We're able to get a field goal. See if maybe we can get a little methodical drive down the field.
Yeah, outside of those 4 passes that Jarrett Halter had, offense really had some struggles there running the ball.
Halter hands it off to Nick Bells. Bells, who brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's number 30, Wiley Mitchell, making the tackle. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play for Bells. It'll be 2nd down and 11. You see the field. You got Kilgore Junior College and the Kilgore Bulldogs both share this stadium. Talking to the stadium director before, he said it used to have bleachers that went all the way around it, a seat right at 9,000. Now they added to the sides and took out the bleachers on the end. Seats about 7,500. 2 on the right side, 1 on the left side. Jared Halter fakes the handoff, throws, caught Spencer Browning. Browning makes the first man miss. He'll get it up to the 40, and Browning a little bit slow to get up, kind of took a shot there.
Yeah, he took a shot to the
ribs there, it looked like, yeah.
That are the just below his pads there in that kidney area. Up on his feet. Looks like he's walking on his own though. Hopefully he'll be fine. Coach Gibson runs over there to check on him, as well as our incredible
Hawk Healers.
So yeah, he's walking fine now. Probably just do a little jog.
Kind of took a minute there. You know how it is. You get hitting the kidneys or hitting the side. Try to catch yourself, but it does move the sticks. It'll be a 1st down for the Hawks. So that connection from Halter to Browning has been productive this evening for Pleasant Grove. They'll whistle this thing back ready as the clock rolls inside of 5 minutes and 45 seconds here in the 3rd. Halter has Nick Bells with him in the backfield. Kamarian Jones with the H-back. 2 on the right side, 1 on the left. They hand the ball off to Bells. Nick Bells spins off of the first tackler, keeps his feet moving. Nick Bells gets all the way back there to Javon Towns at safety. It'll be a pickup of 8 yards on 1st down, and Bells will come out for a breather, and he's fired up as he comes off the field. Now the Hawks will send in Brody Watts. You got number 14, Landon Fincher. He's out here in place of Spencer Browning.
Yeah, Bells did a great job going down with his hand to allow him to extend that another 3 or 4 yards before number 1, Javion Towns, was able to bring him down just short of the stick.
Fincher is out here on the left side with Roland Ritchie, single man out to the right. Hand the ball off this time to Brody Watts. Will have the 1st down as he rolls over the defender, and the Hawks quickly now back to the line.
Yeah, Ja'Kalen Sheffield wisely goes low on Brody there as he was powering up to top speed about the time that they connected, but not before he was able to move the chains for the Pleasant Grove Hawks.
And in West and Kamarian Jones just trading spots. Jones came out, West came in, and now Jones came back in. So maybe changed up what we wanted to do personnel-wise. Two out to the left, 1 on the right side. Halter hands the ball off to Watts. Brody Watts dives forward down to the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 2. It'll make it 2nd down and 8, and now Spencer Browning comes back in. Nick Bells comes back in, and Landon West comes in now to play the H-back position. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Lacalian Graves came up, number 4 for the Bulldogs, to make that stop, and was a little slow getting up. Was gracious for a teammate's hand to pull him off the turf.
Yeah, he met Brody Watts in the hole and may got the raw end of that one. Handoff goes to Bales. No, they fake it, firing down the field. Caught! Landon West just runs a little seam route. Back on Madden, they used to call that Y hot. He came in from the tight end position. Tried to make that connection a couple of times tonight, and that time Jared Halter put the ball exactly where it needed to go. And the Hawks are in business inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just the right amount of air for Landon West to be able to get under that. And Landon West makes a very, very athletic twist of his body to be able to pull that ball down, and has Pleasant Grove back in the shadows of the goalpost once again.
Brody Watts in the backfield with Halter. He gets the carry. Brody Watts finds a hole. Meets the linebacker about 5 yards down the field, inside the 15-yard line. Down to the 12. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove seeing a little success running it on the right side of that Pleasant Grove line this series. The field starts tightening up just a little bit. Kilgore did a good job keeping the Hawks out of the end zone as far as a touchdown on this last series that Pleasant Grove had. See if they are able to duplicate that, or if Pleasant Grove is able to get this in.
Important to not have miscues in this point of the field. Browning is by himself out here on the left. Brody Watts on the carry again. Spins off of a tackler, and he's in. Brody Watts keeps his feet driving and would not allow himself to go down until he runs into his own teammate in the end zone. Brody Watts, though, just an incredible piece of determined running that time. Spins out of a tackler, and the guy was just left there with empty hands, and Brody Watts was standing somewhere around the G in Kilgore in the end zone. Now we wait on the extra point from Yowell. Snap is back, kick is up, and it's good. 2 minutes exactly remaining in the third quarter. Hawks leading it 24-10. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Texline Card House, where the stakes are high and the cards are hotter than ever. Here at Texline Card House, we deal in excitement, strategy, and unforgettable moments. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a first-timer, our tables cater to every level of skill and ambition. Join the poker revolution where every hand could be your winning hand. Get in on the action. Come see us at pokeratlas.com for all of our updates and experience the game like never before. Texline Card House is the best little poker house in Texas.
Welcome back here to Kilgore. The Hawks set to kick off once again. Back to a 14-point ball game. Pleasant Grove leading at 24-10 after the touchdown run by Brody Watts. We were talking about it there. That young man put in a lot of work this summer, Jay, both in the weight room and out there on the field, and that time just kept his lower body churning. Was able to break out of a couple of arm tackles and get in there for the score and increase this Pleasant Grove lead with 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. James Solomon has the ball teed up right in the middle of the 40. Line drive kick fielded by Javon Thomas at the 12. He looks for some room in the middle, and Thomas is going to have some room. And James Solomon does a good job to make an open field tackle, because the only thing past Solomon was a whole bunch of green turf. And the kicker showing off some of those safety skills. But it will give the Kilgore Bulldogs a short field inside Hawk territory at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Jabron Baltimore came over and gave Solomon a little fist bump.
No doubt.
And if I'm Kilgore, because of all the running Solomon just did, I'm probably going to throw at him.
Try something down there. We'll see if they try to test this Hawk secondary. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 left. We have seen Brooks air it out a couple of times. Now they got a man in motion. Little zoom sweep this time to Takarian White. He tries to turn the corner. He breaks out of a couple of tackles. White's going to pick up 8 or 9 yards on that play. Just does a good job of not going down at the first point of contact.
Yeah, B.J. Rochelle did not give up on the play and was able to tackle him from behind and actually moved him probably 2 more yards, but able to keep him just short of the stick.
If your D tackle's making the tackle 9 yards down the field, something's kind of broken down somewhere. Everybody in tight now for the Bulldogs with 3 of them in a bunch on the right side. Brooks fakes the handoff, looks to his left, wants to throw, fires, hit as he throws. Ball is in the air. Incomplete, out of bounds for the receiver. Jamarian Richardson was in coverage. And Brooks a little bit slow to get up. He was hit right as he threw. That defensive front from the Hawks was creating some pressure there.
Yeah, B.J. Rochelle gave him all he wanted and was just a half a step from just being able to make a real big hit that could have cost the Bulldogs maybe a turnover there, but Zion Lewis was right with B.J. on that one. So that middle there is just getting a good pressure on these Bulldogs here.
3rd down and 1. Big play here now for your Hawk defense. They hand the ball off to the tailback. It'll be enough for the first down. That's Isaiah Waters getting the tote. He needed 1. He got 2. Jalen Foster makes the tackle, but it does give Kilgore a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 at the Hawk 35.
Just under a minute left in this 3rd quarter.
Possibly the last play of the 3rd coming up here. Brooks wants to throw, drops back, fires. It is caught. We'll see if they say he's out of bounds. They say he was inbounds, got a foot down. Javon Towns jumped up and brought that thing down, and it's going to be 1st and goal at the 4. And boy, Towns just did a good job to get his feet down exactly where they needed to be.
Yeah, Foster had some jersey tugging as he was trying to get in to put some pressure on the quarterback there. And that may be something a Pleasant Grove coach may want to whisper in the ear of the referee.
There is a flag.
Did he step out of bounds?
Here in the middle of the Kilgore offense here, and we'll see what this is about.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 5, Kilgore. That's a 15-yard penalty.
So they're going to say there was an unsportsmanlike conduct call against Kilgore. Let's see if it was after the play, and it is. So it'll be 1st and goal. 1st and goal from the 19 looks a whole lot better than 1st and goal from the 4. And so a costly penalty there by Isaiah Waters. I'm not sure. Must have said something or done something.
Well, he's not on the field now.
Okay, it's going to be 1st and 10, so they're going to hang on, yeah. I think they want to talk about it, and let's see what's going on here. Yeah, so I think Coach Gibson is saying, hey, it's supposed to be 1st and goal from here. They've got the chain set up like 1st and 10, and we'll see if it's dead ball or I think he's saying.
Remember a game in the past where a coach ripped out the page of a rule book and stuffed it in the pocket as they left the field, but
I'm not exactly sure what this one is, but they stay there, and the referee said, no, this is what it is. So it is 1st and 10 from the 19. Still backs them up to here instead of 1st and goal from the 4. Brooks gets the snap. Hands the ball off to Williams. Williams. It's in the middle of a big scrum. Be a pickup of maybe 4 on the play. Forward progress will get him up to the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6 to go. And that time that front offensive line got a decent push there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Corey Cranford, one of the Hawks, trying to stand up the Bulldog. And gathered up a few more of his friends to help with that stop.
Brooks with Williams to his left. He wants to throw, looks left, firing toward the end zone. Has a man there, incomplete. He was out of bounds. That was Jaden Sanders. Jamarian Richardson was in his pocket, but Jay Rich had his back to the ball there. If that ball was just a little bit shorter, Sanders may have been able to pull that down inbounds. As it was, he was out of bounds. And that's going to allow the clock to expire as well. We'll head to the fourth quarter, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Bulldogs from the Hawk 15. We'll take a break. Pleasant Grove leading at 24-10. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Kilgore. 12 minutes of action remain as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Pleasant Grove leading at 24-10. The Bulldogs with the ball at the PG 15-yard line. 3rd down and 6 for Kilgore.
Yeah, you got to hope that Pleasant Grove band starts getting riled up here and give this defense a little help here.
Get them cranked up. 3 to the left side, 1 on the right side. Brooks hands the ball off to Williams. Williams bounces it outside to the right and in. Touchdown.
And that was not a clean handoff, but a real good job there, basically keeping it on the back of his shoulder pad. Looked like very high.
Williams all night long has started out and then kind of countered back toward the middle, and that time he just kept it stretched out and was just able to get around the corner out there where Jay Rich was. And in, and we are an extra point away from this being back to a 7-point game. Kick is up. It's good. There is a flag on the play. It looked like one of the gunners for the Hawks got started out early here. It is offsides against Pleasant Grove. I think they'll march that off on the kick. And so with 11:52 remaining in the ball game, it's now 24-17 in favor of your Hawks. We're going to take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Texar is a community-first credit union which has served members in and around the Texarkana area since 1951.
Having 3 offices and employing almost 100 people, today Texar serves citizens of Cass, Bowie, Little River, Miller, Red River, and Lamar counties.
Through the years, we've had many different names.
From our humble beginnings as Bowie County Teachers Credit Union to where we are today.
We are honored to offer our members quality service with exceptional products.
We also take pride in staying one step ahead when it comes to introducing the latest and greatest in banking technology.
From personal to commercial banking.
And turning houses into homes.
We believe in banking made easy.
To make life easier for you.
Welcome back here to Kilgore. Things are getting interesting here as we are just a few seconds into the fourth quarter. Pleasant Grove leading at 24-17. The Bulldogs set to kick off once again. This one from the left hash. Roland Ritchie back deep for the Hawks. This one's going to sail over his head and into the end zone. So it'll be a touchback, and the Hawks will get it at the 25-yard line. Jay, this thing is far from over. We traded a couple of field goals in the third. Hawks got a touchdown, and now the Bulldogs get a touchdown in the opening seconds of the fourth quarter. This thing is back to a 7-point affair as Jarrett Halter and company make their way back out here and see if this Hawk offense can get a sustained drive moving us down the field.
Pleasant Grove up by 1 score, and Texas High is up by 6 points now as they lead 47-41 over Fayetteville. And Liberty Islo has extended their lead, now sitting at 27, Bullard Panthers at 16.
Leopards over there in front of the homecoming crowd. Flag here as this thing gets rolling. Looks like a false start against the Hawks. We'll back this thing up 5 yards, and making it 15 to go is not the most ideal way to have a sustained drive. So you can see the Bulldog players imploring their fans to get on their feet and make some noise. Of course, the Hawk band not going to make a bunch of noise down there with our guys right there in front of them. Jared Halter now on 1st and 15. Fakes the handoff to Bells, throws. It's caught out on the right side. That's Bam. He spins off the first guy. Keeps his feet moving all the way up to the 37-yard line. 38-yard line, rather. That'll be 1st and 10 for Camden Williams. He's had himself a nice debut here on the varsity squad for the Hawks.
Yeah, he was able to catch that ball and then drag Dre Sanders for a few yards. And so good open field running there as Kilgore was giving him a little space. Just got to wonder if maybe they're going to lure him to the line and then send Cam on a go route.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Hand off to Nick Bells. Bells trying to go around the left side, and Nick Bells is going to have some room. He was across midfield. Steps out of bounds at the 45, and the only thing I wish, Jay, is if he was going to go down there, just slide down. Keep the clock rolling, but a good job, Bells, and that time he kind of changed his MO a little bit and kept it going toward the corner, similar to what we saw the back from Kilgore do on their last drive. It does move the ball into Bulldog territory. 1st and 10, Hawks at the 45-yard line. 11:02 remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, Hawks being able to get this to a 2-score game at this stage of the game would be a very, very safe move for PG.
Handoff now to Brody Watts. Chops his feet for a second, trying to see if there was a hole to open. Nothing opened up there, and Watts was brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it was interesting to see. That was one of the first plays that we've seen to the outside with Nick Bells. I just wondered if, being able to go back to that would loosen up that middle just a little bit.
Yeah, 2nd down and 10 now. And yeah, you'd like to maybe try to stretch them out and force those Bulldogs to run east and west a little bit. Fake the handoff, throw, caught Spencer Browning. Browning keeping his feet driving. Spencer Browning at the 30. Says, if you're going to bring me down, you better bring some friends. He gets it down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Hawks. Spencer Browning is putting on a show this evening down here in Kilgore.
Yeah, number 13 for Kilgore has definitely had a lot of attention from Jarrett Halter tonight and throwing his way most of the night.
Hawks get the play from the sidelines. They'll scrimmage from the left hash of the 25. Roland Ritchie and Camden Williams are on the right side. Browning to the left. They fake the handoff. Throw to Browning again. Once again. Oh, the ball comes out. Ball comes out, and it looks like the Bulldogs have it, and they do. Browning fighting for extra yards that time, and that time the ball punched out. Bulldogs were able to get on it just before it went out of bounds, and so now Kilgore trailing by a score.
Yeah, just when the fans of the Bulldogs started to quieten down just a little bit, they get a little momentum turn here. See if Kilgore can have an answer. Pleasant Grove does have them pinned inside the 10, so just see what this defensive line's able to do.
You like the drive and the grit from Browning there. Just he got stood up a little bit too long and got that ball punched out. Brooks and company now scrimmage from their own 9. 2 to the left side, 1 to the right side. Brooks wants to throw, fires little crossing route. Put some speed on that one. Jay Rich brings the receiver down after a 9-yard pickup. That was number 14 on the reception.
Yeah, that was one read and one read only. They knew where the ball was going. Jay Rich giving him a little room, and I don't blame him, but Jay Rich there on the coverage, keep it just short of a first down.
Same formation. They've got a tight end on the left side. Now they move him over to the right. Brooks wants to throw, has a man in his face, firing down the field, floats incomplete. Bounced in between 2 would-be receivers. They were being matched stride by stride by James Solomon and Jabrian Baltimore. It'll be 3rd down and 1, and that Hawk defensive front was a whisker away from bringing Brooks down in the backfield once again.
Yeah, Jace Elroy had a delayed blitz there and really rushed Brooks' throw and caused Brooks to overthrow the Bulldog runner there.
Hawk band cranked up over there trying to add to some sound. Tailback comes around the left side. I tell you, the Hawks had a man there with a shot at the beginning, and instead it turns into about a 20-yard pickup all the way out to the 41-yard line. Lance Jackson shot the gap. Just a little bit off from being able to take out the tailback, and he makes the Hawks pay and brings this thing all the way up to the 41.
Yeah, that's their sophomore running back, Rashawn Williams, just able to keep those legs pumping.
He's had a few big plays here tonight.
And we've got about 8 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the game.
2 minutes to the left, 1 to the right side. Williams again on the carry, this time met in the hole by B.J. Rochelle. Buck Anderson coming up from the linebacker position. Catch him from the backside as well. It'll be 2nd down and 7 now. The clock rolls inside of 8 minutes left in the game. Brooks has 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Williams is the tailback to his right in the backfield. He wants to throw. Swing pass out to the receiver, number 1, Javon Towns. And the Hawks do a good job to converge out there on the receiver.
Yeah, Jace Elroy did a real good job taking the block of the receiver, and then Jabrian Baltimore were able to come up and slow the catching receiver down. So Pleasant Grove able to keep that to a short gain. Big 3rd down for Pleasant Grove defense here in this 4th quarter.
3rd down and 4. Huge spot in the ball game. You feel like this may be 4-down territory as well as we roll inside of 7 minutes left in the game. Brooks wants to throw, fires, caught. Jaden Sanders gets just enough for the 1st down, gets it into Hawk territory to the 46.
Yeah.
1st and 10 Bulldogs.
Advancing the ball just enough to move the sticks. Kilgore now on the Pleasant Grove side of the field.
Terrell Patton in at linebacker now for the Hawks. Roland Ritchie, the cornerback, on the left side of the formation. Hand the ball off to Williams into the middle again. Williams now able to pick up chunks of yards on the last couple of runs he's made. B.J. Rochelle makes the tackle, but it is a 5-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, had a little lane there at the beginning, and Pleasant Grove closed it off once he got about 4 or 5 yards deep.
Now the Bulldogs back to the line. Brooks wants to throw. Fires down the field, trying to connect with number 4, McKeelan Graves, incomplete. That one just off the fingertips of Graves. Inside the 25-yard line. It stops the clock at 5:57. And it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Jay Rich there doing a good job keeping the receiver in front of him, but just off the fingertips of Graves.
B.J. Rochelle comes to take a breather. Zion Lewis comes in for him. Three receivers right side, one left. The Hawk band giving it all they've got from their side. Williams, little swing pass out to the receiver, and Roland Ritchie comes up and puts a shot on him near the 40, and it's going to be 4th down and 4. Good open field tackle that time by Roland Ritchie.
Yeah, Jaden Scales there to sort of slow him down. Roland Ritchie lay some wood there. Just got to wonder if maybe that comes up a little bit later as he goes up for a pass and just wonders if Roland's still out there somewhere lurking.
4th and 4, the Bulldogs going for it here. Hawk fans in the house and at home, we need your noise. 5:20 and counting. Here in the 4th, Brooks wants to throw. Little swing pass underneath. Isaiah Waters out of the backfield. It's going to move the sticks for Kilgore. They're down to the Hawk 30.
Yeah, good play call there by Kilgore, having the back come out of the backfield in good hands and able to rotate that helmet, be able to get it facing downfield. Extends the series for the Bulldogs.
Stops the clock at 5:11. 1st and 10 at the Hawk 31. Hand off to Waters. Waters looking for some room on the right side. There's a flag that comes in. Waters gets it down to the Hawk 15. We'll see what the flag is. It's in the area of a hold, but we'll see what it is. There's a hold against the offense. It's going to be called against number 22 for them. That was the guy playing a little H-back tight end position, and he was trying to lead block, and maybe that's why there was such a good hold there for Waters.
Starting to hear that sweet tune from the band.
That'll move the Bulldogs back to the 41. Clock is stopped with 5:02. Now it's rolling again. Now it's rolling. Arm motion started a little before the clock there. Everybody in tight with two receivers stacked to each side. Little shovel pass to Ja'Cory Walton, and he is not going to have anywhere to go. The Hawks string him out. Jalen Foster meets him at the point of attack, was joined by a few friends. B.J. Rochelle was in on that. And it'll be 2nd down from the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Jalen Foster did a great job fighting his way through the Bulldogs who were all basically rotating in that direction, and able to slow him down. Brings up a long 2nd down for the Bulldogs.
2nd down and 20. Three receivers left side, one on the right side for Kason Brooks. He looks to his right, wants to throw. Again, little pass to the tailback out of the backfield. He's run out of bounds by Jabrian Baltimore. It's Rayshun Williams. Williams has had a pretty good game for the Bulldogs. He's been probably at the end of the night will end up being the majority of their offense, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's had some on the ground and had some in the air there. Just wondering how many more times Kilgore's going to go back to running back out of the backfield.
3rd and 15, and the Bulldogs want to take a timeout and talk about it. It's 3rd down and 15. There's 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the ball game. We'll take this timeout with them. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, or Infiniti, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Supercenter. In Texarkana, Mercedes-Benz of Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, The Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit Greg Orr Auto.
All right, folks, welcome back after the Kilgore timeout. Third down and 16 to go. 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Hawks leading it 24-17. Two receivers split to each side for Kason Brooks. He drops back to throw, looks to his left, fires, incomplete, bounces off the turf in front of his intended receiver. Jaden Sanders, that Hawk defensive front, still providing pressure. Kedron Smith, that time coming from the left side of the formation to put the pressure on Brooks. It'll be 4th down and 16, and they're keeping the offense out there. Javon Towns coming back into the game. Take out to Carrion White.
Yeah, the pressure from the line is just not allowing Brooks to be able to go to his second read there, and the ball thrown just underthrown, and number 3 slipped at the same time.
Isaiah Waters is the tailback. Brooks wants to throw, steps up into the pocket, breaks free of the first tackle, hit by the second guy, incomplete. The Hawks, the closest people to it, and Landon West comes up and hits the quarterback right at the end there on that pass, and there wasn't a Bulldog player in the vicinity. And the ball goes over on downs, and the Hawks have it. 1st and 10 at our own 37-yard line. 3:53 remain in the ball game.
Pleasant Grove going to look to try to use as much of this clock as possible on these first couple of plays as they get the ball back on downs.
The Bulldogs did burn a timeout on offense. They have 2 remaining. The Hawks have their full slate of timeouts here in the second half, I believe. Can't see the scoreboard from where I am. They have 2 remaining, so each side has 2 remaining. Our producer Caleb Coleman helping us out there. 2 to the right side, 1 to the left side, but the ball goes to Nick Bales. And Bales, the ball carrier, will be brought down for a 1-yard loss on the play. First man for the Bulldogs. Back there was number 10. So it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Hawks.
Yeah, Bulldogs able to get a lot of pressure on that left side of the Hawk offense there, and just nowhere for Bells to go.
Hawks getting the call from Coach Gibson. 9 seconds on the play clock. 5 as we break the huddle. They do just get the snap off. The ball goes to Bells again. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And now the Bulldogs are going to call their second timeout. They stop the clock with 2:56. We're going to stay here with it. It'll be 3rd down and 10 after the Kilgore timeout with just under 3 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, number 66, Jackson Phillips, just puts the brick wall there, and Pleasant Grove not able to get any type of push from that offensive line, bringing up this 3rd and 10. And so Coach Fuller's giving Coach Gibson opportunity to pull his team to the side and put together a plan to try to get these 10 yards. You got to think that this is not going to be two-down territory for Pleasant Grove, and so this would be one of the few punts should Pleasant Grove come up short here. But I would imagine Coach Gibson and the team have had this play dialed up, so they're going to go to probably their best play out of the playbook.
So we'll see what the Hawks have here on 3rd down and 10 from their own 37. Camden Williams and Roland Ritchie are out on the right side. Spencer Browning is by himself on the left side. Brody Watts is the tailback. Halter wants to throw, pump fake, trying to get it to Browning down the sideline. Incomplete.
Browning does a phenomenal job becoming a defensive player there and bats that ball out of number 13's hand.
Yeah, Dre Sanders, rather. The cornerback out there, and yeah, Browning had to turn around and play a little defense and keep that from being an interception, although in that part of the field, I don't know, that may not have been bad compared to, we'll see where the punt ends up. It does stop the clock with 2:50. Now a high kick from Landon West. Takes a Kilgore bounce, and it will go out near the 40-yard line. Goes out at the 41. The Hawks need to defend 59 yards for 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Coach Jonathan Darby, the defensive coordinator, brings his guys together.
One last time, check your
We do have a cramp on the field.
Up with a man
If you find it, bring it to the press box. See Miss Wiley.
down there, and I guarantee you they're hot and sweaty. I'm hot and sweaty. I'm doing none of the running around that they're doing. See who that is coming out. That's Landon West. I don't know. I didn't see if he got hit at the end of that kick. He might have just got too fired up and kicked a little high. He needs to go in there and the showstoppers coach him up a little bit. West is able to come off the field. That can mean something too on defense here. Landon West come up big in some spots as a linebacker. Terrell Patton is out there now at linebacker with Buck Anderson. Two receivers left side, one on the right side for Brooks and company. Ball goes to Rayshun Williams, number 8. Picks up 2 yards on the play. Buck Anderson meets him in the hole. And it'll be 2nd down and 8, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And the clock rolling here in the 4th quarter.
Jalen Foster rolling into more of like a tackle roll, defensive tackle roll for Pleasant Grove.
Brooks wants to throw, looks left, firing down the field, connects with number 3, Jaden Sanders. He steps out of bounds inside Hawk territory at the 34. That stops the clock at 2:05.
Yeah, Baltimore just not taking the right angle there, and the Bulldogs able to advance this. But not until he takes the clock down to 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Ever in Baltimore trying to get off the field with a cramp. He does. They send Roland Ritchie in for him. Brooks wants to throw. Caught. Connects it out with LaKeelan Graves. He's brought down by Nick Bells. Bells, the tailback out there playing cornerback. Now the Hawks will flip the safeties. I tell you, Jaden Scales deserves some credit trying to let the coaches know that they needed to make a change here at cornerback with Baltimore hurting. Brooks tries to get it out of the backfield. Big play that time, Kedron Smith. The freshman comes up and gets a big paw in the middle of that one. They were trying to get it out to the tailback, Rayshun Williams. Big Kedron Smith just got a hand up there and brought that thing down.
And that's the 2nd time he has done that here tonight against these Bulldogs.
That time in a big spot, because I don't know if anybody was with Williams coming around the corner here. 3rd down and 7, 1:38.
Looks like pressure from the bottom coming.
2 to each side. Brooks with a man in his face. Breaks free, fires down the field, has a man wide open. Touchdown. LaKeelan Graves. He got out of the grasp of Lance Jackson. And the receiver was down there by himself.
Yeah, I think Nick Bell's got lost and lost track of his responsibility and possibly have a chance here to tie it up.
Brooks did a good job to buy himself a little bit of time and make that connection. Now we wait on the extra point. The kick is up. It's good. 1:29 remains in this ball game. We are tied at 24. We'll take a break and come back. The Hawks will be receiving a kickoff. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Welcome back here to Kilgore. We have 1 minute and 29 seconds remaining in this ball game, and the Bulldogs have just tied it up at 24 apiece on a touchdown pass from Kason Brooks to LaKeelan Graves. Rippis has the ball teed up at the 40. Nick Bells and Roland Ritchie back deep for the Hawks. Roland Ritchie fields it at the 6. Has a little bit of a slip. Now Roland Ritchie gets it up across the 30. Will be brought down at the 32. There's 1:24 remaining in the ball game.
Pleasant Grove's probably got to get it past the 28-yard line to give Yao an opportunity to go for the W as far as for a field goal, but I'm sure Pleasant Grove would be happy with just moving the ball down and putting 7 points on the board as well.
Absolutely. So from the 31, Jared Halter and company. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Nick Bells gets the call at tailback. Will be tackled after a short gain of 2. It'll be second down.
And Nick barrels through the line and hits Cameron Christian as he was standing up. Number 65 definitely got the best of that.
Clock rolling inside of 54 seconds. The Hawks may be thinking we're going to take this thing to OT.
Still got their two timeouts remaining.
2 receivers right side, 1 left. Halter wants to throw. Trying to connect with Spencer Browning. Incomplete. Timing was just off on that one. Javion Lloyd was in coverage. Stops the clock with 30.7 remaining. 3rd down and 8. Landon West comes back in now to the halfback spot. Kamarian Jones comes out for him.
Landon West definitely a back out of the backfield that's got some hands.
Browning and Ritchie to the right. Williams by himself to the left. The handoff to Bells. Nick Bell's trying to turn the corner to the left. Nick Bell's be brought down shy of the 40. It'll be 4th down. And the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout. They're going to force the Hawks to run a play. Get it on 4th down here, and if you don't get it, they're in a spot that they can take a shot to the end zone, and so kind of a heads-up decision there by the Bulldog coaching staff, and it'll be 4th down 2. Well, it was 4th and 2. I think the chain guys just slid it down the field.
It definitely comes down to some strategy and what ifs as far as what the play call is. Looks like we may just go ahead and punt it. Looks like Landon West is going to have the ball in his hands one more time for sure.
13.7 seconds. And the Hawks set to punt. Ja'Cory Walton and Javon Towns both back deep. Towns started this game with a punt return deep into Hawk territory. This one is blocked, bounces in the air. Bouncing around, everything's moving. More importantly, the clock is moving. The clock is going to run out. And this thing goes down, and so that's the end of the game. And I tell you, that scrum.
That was a great move for Pleasant Grove.
I was going to say, keep that thing standing up and keep going. You could hear some people on the Kilgore side yelling for that thing to be killed, but we're going to go to overtime. We are tied at the end of regulation at 24 apiece. This game has been a defensive battle back and forth, and in the second half, offensive has started to get some big plays, and chunk plays and a couple of explosive plays have been the story of this second half. We've got some bonus football, Jay.
Yes, and just want to pass along, looks like Texas High is leading with about a minute left by 1 point. Don't have any updates on who's got the ball or what the scenario is, but it's definitely going to be a game of coaching and execution here left in this Pleasant Grove versus Bulldogs. And you've just got to start going back to summer conditioning and what plays have you been working on this week? Working new plays in, new little wrinkles. Definitely seen a few of those tonight from Pleasant Grove in their passing game.
Absolutely.
Not familiar enough with what Kilgore's been doing, but they definitely have some skilled players in the wide receiver role, and their running backs definitely going to have a tough road to go against this defense of Pleasant Grove, who has done a good job. But we do have some extra football tonight.
So Texas High School overtime rules, same as college. Each team will get a chance to possess the ball. Whoever wins the coin toss gets to choose whether or not they want to be offense or defense first. Most of the time, they're going to choose defense, and then the other person will choose which end they want to be on. That can matter too, because you got the Kilgore band on one end, the Hawk band on the other.
Looks like PG did win, and two coaches that respect each other. So Fuller wants to go towards his band.
Yeah, he wants to be down in front of the Kilgore band. Hawks will go on defense here in the first overtime period.
Now you want to stand up.
Well, I can't see through this wall down here. I got to be able to see I don't know. It may be easier just to watch the cameras. We are bringing this to you from a deer blind and a sauna all in one.
It's basically my wingspan.
Yeah, that's That's all we got. And you got a whole lot of equipment making it hot and some big guys, although Jay is steadily becoming less of a big guy. Overtime here in Kilgore from the 25-yard line. Brooks and company set up against this Hawk defense. 2 to the left side, 1 on the right side. Kason Brooks wants to throw. Caught, ball's on the ground, incomplete. Tried to get it out there to Jaden Sanders. A little wide receiver screen set up. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Roland Ritchie saw that early and started basically running up as soon as the ball was hiked. And just put a little bit of extra pressure out there on the receiver.
Rayshawn Williams is the tailback. He gets the handoff here. Bounces off of the first tackler, brought down by the second. That's Lance Jackson. He gets 7 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3 at the Hawks 17.
And Kilgore has proved that they're definitely in field goal range already. Just wonder if maybe a big sack could stop that.
Sutton's got the Hawk band turned at a 45, sending as much sound to the opposite end of the field as they can. 2 receivers left side, 1 right, twin backs in the backfield. Brooks hands it off to the back again. Williams has enough for the 1st down, gets it inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, him getting it inside the 10, I think, is a good thing for Pleasant Grove, just because it does force them to just have 4 plays to get this in rather than it being on the 11 or 12-yard line.
Yeah, we get an extra there. They do have a kicker. If we do get to that point. Single receiver to each side. They hand the ball to Williams again. Williams bottled up quickly. Maybe have got a yard on a play down to the 8. Several Hawks in the middle of that one. Number 11, Jaden Scales. First guy in the middle of it. And it's 2nd down and goal to go. They send 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Brooks wants to throw, looks right toward the end zone. Caught, touchdown. LaKeelan Graves gets in the corner and then just steps inside the cornerback. To catch the ball. The Hawk offense will get a chance to respond. We'll wait on the extra point here.
Yeah, Brooks, plenty of air underneath that. Basically just a great throw and catch.
Wait on the extra point. The kick is up. It's good. So the Bulldogs get on the board, 31-24. Here at the end of the first overtime period, and now the Hawks will have a chance to respond. The Hawks got to have a touchdown. 25 yards away from pay dirt.
You got to expect that Bulldog band to be blaring their instruments. You just got to see if that comes into play as Pleasant Grove gets the call from Coach Gibson.
The Hawks have had some success through the air this evening. Had a few good runs, but moving the ball on the ground has been a little difficult for both teams, but you can see these offensive lines starting to get a little bit more push as the game goes on. Some hands on the hips on defense. We'll see what the Hawk offense does as they bring this out. Williams and Landon West are on the right side. Spencer Browning and Roland Ritchie on the left. Nick Bells is the tailback with Jared Halter. Halter, a little bit of a low snap, wants to throw, fires, incomplete. Trying to get Roland Ritchie on a crossing route. Number 11 was in coverage for the Bulldogs, incomplete. It'll be second down.
Let's go ahead and go to a break. We've got a Bulldog that is down. We'll take a commercial break and come back.
Yep.
Tired of the annual hassle of hanging holiday lights? Forget those struggles and invest in the convenience and year-round beauty of Gemstone Lights. Permanent architectural and holiday lighting that you control. With Gemstone Lights, access over 1,000 pre-built patterns for festivities throughout the year. Easily alter them through our user-friendly app. Experience the magic of Gemstone Lights today. Available through Livewire Electrical Services, Texarkana's authorized Gemstone Lights dealer.
All right, folks, welcome back here. It's overtime, and 66 for the Bulldogs. Jackson Phillips, a senior out there, a little shaking up on that play. So it's second down and 10 for the Hawks from the 25. We are in overtime. If you're just joining us after the Texas High game, Kilgore scored in the first overtime period, a touchdown with the extra point. Now the Hawks have it second down and 10 with a chance to respond. Jared Halter wants to throw, incomplete. Trying to connect with Camden Williams, a little bit behind his intended target. It'll be Camden Harris, it'll be third down and 10. We got Rayshawn Williams, Camden Harris. There we go.
Pleasant Grove looking at possibly their last two plays should they not get at least 10 yards of this ball game. And, outcome here is Pleasant Grove's played it tough.
Absolutely. Third down and 10 as they come out of the huddle. Lance Jackson in the slot to the right. Halter wants to throw. Firing down the field. Incomplete, bounces out of the hands of Nick Bells. He did a good job to get some separation. And the Hawks are down to their final play. You got to get 10 yards. And Pleasant Grove is going to take a timeout to talk about it. We're going to stay here with it. The Hawks led by as much as 14. Came out of the halftime locker room, traded field goals. The Hawks got a touchdown to go up by 14. The Bulldogs were able to answer, and then they scored just under a minute left. Forced an overtime, and they were able to connect on a Kason Brooks to LaKeelan Graves touchdown pass in the corner. They kind of flirted with a few of those connections tonight, and they picked an opportune time to make one there, and that is the scoring difference here in the overtime period. And now the Hawks are down to the final play on fourth down, and not indicated by the score, but has been a defensive battle for most of the game.
Yeah, the cornerbacks have really tightened up, so you just wonder if maybe a little seam route's going to be open.
Fourth down.
Landon Jackson.
Two receivers to go, and Bulldogs are going to call a timeout. And I saw Halter pull that thing down to run, and I don't know if that's the way it was designed or that's just what he did, but man, there was a lot of room there if that was the design, and we'll see what Coach for Kilgore calls that timeout right at the last second. They wanted to see how the Hawks would line up, so now each team has burned their timeout. A little chess match against, and you saw it there and you alluded to it, Jay, two coaches that know each other well, two coaches that like each other as they met out there at midfield. I guarantee you both of them want to come away with this win down here tonight. The only bad thing about free football is it's 2.5 hours away from the house. But you know what? I'll take it, and I'll take some extra time for the Hawks here on 4th down, because that's where we are. So Kilgore takes a timeout on defense. The Hawks come back out on offense. Spencer Browning and Lance Jackson are out on the left side.
It doesn't look like the Bulldogs are going to send any additional pressure, so Jarrett should have a little bit of time, maybe a little bit down at the bottom here, 65.
Camden Harris and Roland Richier to the right. He's trying to connect with Harris in the end zone. Harris, he catches it! Touchdown Hawks! Touchdown Hawks! Camden Harris high points the ball. You talked about him in the pregame, Jay. You said you were excited to see what he could do.
And that is
he caught a big pass earlier, and that's exactly what he did. Jumped up and high pointed.
That is exactly what I saw on practice film. He's able to just get up there. He's not only tall, but his ability to be able to get higher than the other players with his vertical is just incredible. So welcome to the Grove, Cam Bam Harris.
Now we wait on the all-important extra point from Yowell. Silas Yowell's kick is up and good. We're knotted at 31, folks. We're going to come back and have double overtime. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Welcome back here to Kilgore as we head to double overtime, tied up at 31. After a 4th and 10 from the 25, Jared Halter connects with Camden Harris for a game-tying touchdown. Now the Hawks will come out on offense. How about some free football, Jay Davis?
I like it, and for those of you that have been watching all of our streams tonight, you've had Liberty Ilo come back and win, Texas High come back and win, and Pleasant Grove was down early but led most of the game. But Pleasant Grove here looking to get the first score in this second overtime, put a little pressure on these Bulldogs.
Jared Halter with 2 to the left side and 1 to the right side. Fakes the handoff, throws, caught out of the backfield.
Tough running there by Landon West.
Yeah, kept his feet driving forward. Landon West picked up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Bring the call in from the sideline.
A little pitch out to Bales to get him outside a little quicker could work here.
Halter gets the snap. Fakes to Bales, throws, caught. Spencer Browning secures the ball. Browning's forward progress will give him inside the 20 down to the 18. Going to have 3rd down and 3.
Now I wonder if coaches maybe saw something in where Halter had a little green area to run to. I just wonder if maybe you just don't go ahead and call a draw right off the bat. See if Halter can get this first down on his own.
Lance Jackson into the game now for the Hawks. Jared Halter is in the backfield with Nick Bells. Yep. A little bit of miscommunication, and the Hawks are going to have to call a timeout. A little bit of confusion. The play clock was about to wind down, and Pleasant Grove will use their timeout in this overtime period to talk about it here on 3rd down and 3 from the 18. You certainly don't want to take a 5-yard penalty in that situation.
No, and it just, I think just some confusion on the exact play call there. Definitely have it lined out now. Just got to wonder now, do you start thinking about which hash mark your kicker likes?
Ugh. I'd like to get us a lot closer before we get kickers involved. Camden Harris is out on the right side. Spencer Browning and Roland Ritchie on the left side. Jackson is at tight end. They hand it off to Nick Bells. Bells follows Jackson. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down. And the Hawks with a decision to make here on 4th down.
This is an area where I think Coach has a couple of different options as far as Nick Bells or Brody Watts. Looks like Nick Bells is going to get the call as far as the running back roll.
It's time to stand up here for the Hawk offense. 4th down and 1. You don't get it here, and the Bulldogs get a chance. He wants to throw. Caught. Jackson. Incomplete.
Yeah, just was not able to bring the ball down. Good pressure there by the Bulldogs to put some connection on him just to sort of break that up. So Pleasant Grove defense is going to be asked to come up big here. Bulldogs field goal kickers proved that he's got a leg on him.
He made one from 40 already.
Kilgore will take over 1st and 10 from the 25.
From here it's 47. Not a bad play call there. Jackson had a chance at it, tried to get one arm up and was just hit right as the ball got there. So it is Kilgore ball. A score and they win. A stop. We play some more football. A pick 6 and we all get to ride back to Texarkana feeling pretty good. Or a strip return for a touchdown, however you want to do it. So the Bulldogs and Kason Brooks bring them out.
So Lance Jackson and BJ playing in the center. Try to put some pressure on Brooks.
2 receivers to the left, 1 on the right side. Brooks hands it off to Williams. Shun Williams. The 14-yard pickup on 1st down gets it down to the 11-yard line. Two receivers left side, 1 receiver right side. Not sure they'll be involved. Brooks to Williams. Williams spins off of a couple of tacklers. They'll be down to 1st down yardage.
Yeah, Kilgore just going to keep running it up the middle, most likely. Not going to take a chance to put the ball in the air, especially since it's working for him here.
2nd down and 1, that matters less than the 2. From the 2-yard line, go the Bulldogs. Williams. Looks like he lost a yard on that one. The center of that Hawk defense came across.
Yeah, Buck Anderson.
Yeah.
Good play there by the Hawks center of that defensive line.
Makes it 3rd down inches.
It'll be 3rd down and length of a football. It's been all Shun Williams on this overtime possession for the Bulldogs. He gets it again.
B.J. Rochelle comes up short, so it's going to come down to the foot of the kicker. See what Fuller dials up. Don't see the kicker moving.
Well, they may want to measure this. It looks like he's inside the 2.
So it may be enough.
It's going to depend on where the chains land. From here and from where the down box is at our angle, it looks to be good by about the half a football, but we'll see. So we got the measurement here. It is
so hot, baby, with metal stretches. That's short.
Looks like it's about a length short. We got a foot in the way. They say it's first down, though. Well, I'd like to see that foot out of the way. So after the official measurement, it's 1st and goal from the 2. Big chore for the Hawk defense coming up here. 4 plays in a row went to Rayshawn Williams. Once again, he stands to the left of Kason Brooks in the backfield. Williams gets it. And he gets in. So in double overtime, the Kilgore Bulldogs are going to win 37-31. A game that was back and forth, a game that the defense had the offenses stymied in the first half. They come out in the second half, and both offenses are able to put on a show, take it to overtime. Jay, somebody was going to leave this game with a bitter taste in their mouth and feeling like they let something slip away, and unfortunately tonight that's going to be the Hawks.
Well, and you've got the coaches embracing themselves, and I mean, I don't think that you can go home truly disappointed. I think there was definitely growth on both teams tonight.
Yep.
Definitely saw that on the Pleasant Grove offensive side. Just a little bit more consistency, and that game could have been put away in regular 4 quarters. But you got to be proud to see what we did from the Pleasant Grove offense tonight, and I think that both teams got out of here, with
relatively uninjured.
Yeah, and so I mean, you definitely got to think of. I believe it was number 66 for the Bulldogs, but
hopefully he's okay.
Hopefully they'll all be able to get rested up because in a few more weeks we've got district play. But Pleasant Grove returns home to play Sunnyvale at home, so would love to have PG fans show up big for that, and safe travels to all that did make the trip.
Absolutely, Sunnyvale next week in the Grove. If you are in Texarkana, if you're a Hawk fan from around there, got to come out. The game day environment, absolutely incredible, absolutely electric. New things happening every day around there, and so you're going to want to see everything that's going on there. We talked about it in the pregame show. Jay, these kind of games, you step up, you learn about yourself, you learn about the other team, you sharpen yourself, you challenge yourself. You always want to come out with a win. You don't win, it's always going to be a little bit bitter, but the Hawks certainly are going to be able to take some things from tonight and use them. We're 2-2, headed into week 5 next week at home, and then we'll get the district race cranked up after that. But your final here from Kilgore, 37 for the Bulldogs, 31 for the Hawks. For Caleb Coleman and the entire production team at Texarkana Game Day, for Jay Davis, I'm Matt Fry. Jay, any parting words?
Go Hawks.
We'll see you next week. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk Football.